everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Sunday of your weekend. Welcome back. Hey, little kitty cat right here. Hi. It must be cold on the floor because she was fiending to get up on my lap. She was trying to jump up on my lap before I'd even sat down today. And now she's just made a little kitty lump. You're so cute. Why do you get to be so cute? Hi, everybody. Yeah, Kira wants heated flooring. Honestly, same. I wonder how crazy. Well, the one room that I would put it in is honestly kind of warm in the mornings already. I was doing during the countdown, I was doing some rearranging. I decided that, at least for the moment, also, I don't know what happened to her transmog in the login screen. Clearly it needs updating. I decided for the moment, I'm going to leave my campsites as just holding, like, my shopping alts and then, like, some name holds. I can't let go of the name Minta. I don't know who I'm going to use it for, but somebody. It was my steward in Shadowlands. Anyway, I wanted to, with the exception of my main, who's, of course, at the top of the list, take them all out of campsites and organize them by class. I guess I could actually, for some of these, make camps for them in their class. That might be a good way to condense down my screen. I wanted to know how many characters of different classes I had. Somebody asked me yesterday how many hunters I had, and I actually didn't know. So I figured I would bump them all together into a big list, and then I would be able to find out. Morning, Hazel. Good morning, Satanic Sarahs. How you doing? Blows armor designers hate peripheral vision. I think you need more hunters. I don't know. I have 8, evidently. 2, 4, 6, 8. And that makes it just enough for 2 campsites, which is kind of nice. If I wanted to make camps of hunters, I could find a way to split them into 2. Do I have even Horde and Alliance Hunters? I do. I have 4 Horde Hunters and I have 4 Alliance Hunters. Gnome, Draenei, Human, Night Elf, Troll, Goblin, another Troll, and then a Magcar Orc. I could do a Horde Hunters and an Alliance Hunters. That would be kind of nice. All right, I'll think about that. Druids, we have 4 Druids. We have Night Elf, Barnacles, Worgen. Barnacles is Coltiran. It's not a race, it's just his name, Coltiran, and then there's a Tauren. 2 Paladins, 1 each of Monk, DH, DK, Rogue, Evoker. Pair of Warlocks, pair of Shamans, 3 Mages. 3 Mages? 3 Mages. It's 1 more Mage than I thought I had. Yeah, 3 Mages, 3 Warriors, and then 3 redundant Priests. Sorted the camps by class yesterday myself. Yeah. You can type the class in search to see all of a class, but this way I can see all of them in the list without searching any of them. Find it useful to have all my crafters in the same area of the loading screen. Yeah. Thanks for being you, because I can't tolerate anyone else right now. And he's all I know how to be. Today, my plan, I'll log in. I'm kind of tempted to make hunter camps, actually. Maybe just the hunters. Horde hunters. And we're gonna put the Horde Hunters in there. And then we can customize it. Campsites. Horde Hunters. Hunters need something huntery, so this one's pretty good. The original one's not bad. Oh yeah, there's Razorwind Shores and Founder's Point. I found, at least early on, see how they look on that one. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's this stuff. Honestly, the Alliance Hunters might end up being out there, too. What is that, on Arn Plains? I actually have no idea. I've forgotten what zone it is. And then, yeah, let's make another one. I can always delete this. This is not permanent work. If we decide that we want them back out in a list again later, we can always do that. How many campsites can you have? Is there, like, a limit? Alliance Hunters. And then we can put the other 4 in there. There's Night Elf, Human... Funnily enough, the hunters that I tend to play more are actually my Horde Hunters. The Alliance Hunters need their own campsite, which I feel like should be maybe the same one. It's just very huntery. This is nice too, actually. Yeah, that's a good one. It's got a little rainbow. One pet is T-posing. Oh yeah, this one over here. That one's not doing so good. I guess it didn't occur to me that if I put all the hunters on a login screen, it means that they have kind of a menagerie of pets. Oh, this one's T-posing too. Actually, this one's also frozen. What about this one's this one's at least breathing. I don't know where Squishy's pets are. But yeah, I guess it's kind of fun to have all of the hunter pets on like one campsite. Should I make one for druids? Let's make a druid one. I have exactly 4 druids, so that seems fun. Let's do main druid and then Barnaclus, both very important characters. Lamprey did good work with leatherworking. Petal Bloom's just here for vibes. And they can live on, let's see, what campsite did the druids want? Maybe none of them? None of these are very druidy. Maybe we'll get more druidy ones later. You guys can take this one. 404 parody not found, also usually T-posing. Seems like a reason to make 4 of each class, right? The day that I committed to that, they would be like, guess what? You can edit campsite size, and I would probably have had that coming. We can't reorder these. Honestly, I would love to put all my shopping halls and stuff in a folder, but what are you gonna do? So then you're just left with, you've got extra priests, you've got your mages and warriors. You don't have exactly 4 of any of the rest of these. You've got some 2 pairs and 3s, but that's fine. Assuming that I can I keep Inksy above all the campsites? No, I can't. Okay. All right. That's not what we're doing today. That was just kind of fun. You've completed the meta achievement. Any tips what to work on last? Ooh, I'd have to look at it again. I have done it. I've forgotten everything that went into it, though. I would work on early if there's anything that is kind of double dipping. Anything that contributes towards multiple objectives. I don't know. You can if you favored her. Oh, that's a good idea. Kitty, do you want down? I'll let you go down. I just need a hug first. Hang on. There you go. I'll put you down. I know. I'm sorry. That was one hug too many. See ya. Might have been the great transmog event of 2026. They all have outfits. They're just not all reflected on their login screen for the moment. I took my mains off Warband because I wanted to organize everybody by class, and because I'm sick of not seeing my gnome. When my gnome main is in a Warband, she's like this big, and I can't see her. I have 33 level 80 characters. Back to main Shadow Priest after changing to Hunter and Legion. I love it. I miss being shady. Okay. Yeah, you don't need shopping halls, but it's kind of convenient to keep the ones from the servers I end up shopping on the most around. Kind of tempted to look into, where are we going here? Let's go south for now. Buying the rest of the pets from Ecodome Succession in Koresh. I have 3 more that I'm missing. I just need to buy them. I don't want to do any more Ecodome weeklies. It's not like it's going to give me another pet. I did not get the account played out on. I might. Not today on stream, but I might do it for a video. There are a couple pieces of decor tied to archaeology achievements. One of them I'm missing is Kings Under the Mountain. Or the one that I'm missing. Kings Under the Mountain. It's for getting specific dwarf solves. Bad news on that front. I just procced a dwarf Hearthstone that I already have. So 150 fragments. Less, I guess, 35 or whatever. 45 for the runestones that I've been buying. Is dedicated to this thing that I already have and that I'm just going to have to delete. What are you going to do? Yesterday we were doing some of this. I played around with, there's a strategy where you go to Pandaria and you do Pandaren archaeology instead. Specifically forcing manted dig sites to do them quickly and then turning in the restored artifacts for dwarf crates. I returned in 1 crate, 1 artifact for a crate. I got my 5 fragments and I decided that math does not work for me. I would rather, especially with how quickly I can kind of port around Eastern Kingdoms, I would rather just do this the old-fashioned way, which is just to do dig sites in the Eastern Kingdoms to try to force dwarf site spawns, because you get so many more fragments when you do get an actual dwarf site. I am not standing. I thought about it. Hang on. Let me find the words that transitions that into something that makes sense. I was looking into standing desks recently, just like kind of wondering, because a lot of people seem to really swear by them. I feel like I would be somebody that would keep it sitting like all the time. I don't know. I have a good chair, which helps me. Weren't you doing manted? I was. I decided I didn't like it. Can absolutely guess your most played class. It's probably priest. If I do the thing, it's not going to if I do the thing, it is not going to count all of my lifetime history because I'm a chronic character deleter. And I have not many compunctions about deleting characters that I have spent time on. So there are old mains from expansions past that are gone and like perma-gone. So they will. I don't think that the add-on will be able to count those. Yeah, I could do a treadmill. Could do it. That might be something to look into one day. As long as this is working for me, though. I'm trying to make sure I get enough like getting up and moving around time in the rest of my life, because it does feel like I'm spending a lot of time sitting. Help me be less lazy, more focused. Same way. Love getting rid of things. Yeah, I figure if I'm not using it anymore, it's not serving me. I don't need it looking at me on the login screen. I don't need to save a bunch of data that's not relevant anymore, so. Okay, so that's the troll one done. I have an add-on called... It's called Minimal Archaeology. I'm mainly just using it to mark the dig sites for what type they are, or to like to see them ahead of time. I don't know why I'm using troll tablets. I guess they're probably hard to sell. And there's another one just south of here. We just procced another troll one. When did you create the Gnome Priest? This character was born kind of Siege of Orgrimmar era. So end of Mists of Pandaria original. The end of original mop. Did some flex raiding in Siege before heading into Warlords of Draenor was when it kind of became my main. I don't know if she was always a gnome. I feel like she survived a couple of race changes. I think I changed her from a gnome to a human and then back. Or maybe she started a human and ended up gnome. I don't really remember. She's definitely had a couple of evolutions, but not recently. Good afternoon, people. Hope everyone has fun with the superb owl going on tonight. Yeah, a lot of sports in general. I was watching some Olympics this morning. No, my first character is not with us. I don't think my first 10 characters are still with us. I'll give you a button to auto-solve, auto-add waypoints to the close dig site or any dwarf site it is up. I'm just too dumb to figure it out, to be honest. I was messing with it a little bit yesterday, and I got confused, and I thought, this is just making me feel bad. I don't understand how to make it do this. So I've given up. That's a valid option. I, too, am watching the superb owl. Yeah. I will Google what happened later. I don't know what time they actually play. Last night when I was going to bed, I was wondering if there's, like, nervous football players asleep in their beds or, like, trying to be asleep in their beds. If I was in such a big event, I feel like I would have a hard time sleeping. Kitty, do you want back up? You were just yelling about wanting down. I don't know why I'm trying to enforce consistency on a cat. Hi, up you get. You want to boost? You want to jump? You can jump. You got it. Yeah, there you go. I put on the owl, but only for the commercials. I wonder if WoW's gonna do a commercial. When I saw that housing clip from the State of Azeroth, I felt like that's a Super Bowl commercial. I feel like that's what that's for. I could be wrong. It's just a guess, but betcha it airs if they have the money for it, and I think they do. This way. Way too expensive to make sense for WoW. Maybe. WoW commercial at the beginning of Night of the Seven Kingdoms saying this episode is brought to you by Blizzard. Decor from Archaeology. It's tied to achievements. So in Homebound, which is one of the add-ons I'm using, it has a profession achievement section. And this is listing all achievements related to a profession that give decor. And I can see here I'm missing Kings Under the Mountain. Secrets of Skeetus is another one. Specific Arakoa artifacts will give you this glorious pendant of Rookmar is the other option. I miss Hazeline, probably still level 60 priest. No, she's leveled. She didn't die, actually. It's funny, I give people a hard time for personifying my alts, and then I discuss deleting them as in terms of death. I'm a giant contradiction. She's still fine. She's leveled. She's transmogged. She's down at the bottom of the list with the rest of the priests. No, she's all right. She would be hard to delete because she was my main in Shadowlands, which means that she has more progression in Shadowlands systems than any character. And you know there's going to be some dumb garbage that needs me to have, like, done a bunch of Shadowlands. And if I delete her, I'm going to have to do it all over again. It's going to happen. I don't know for what, but something. Boy is around. He's fine too. He also didn't die. He's hanging out with the other 2 warlocks that I have. Currently fishing up lunkers for Nat Pagel. What is my life? Let's put on a TV ad. One of the NFL playoff games might be dipping their toes to see if paying big bucks for big game ads. Yeah, maybe. Got that time played. Took forever to get through all my ults. Think it's time to purge a ton of my ults because a ton are still level 70. Surprised you kept Boy. Are you? I couldn't get rid of Boy. A, he's adorable. B, it's Transmonk's Fire. C, he's got a fantastic name. And D, all of you saw me create him with his name and would never let me live it down if I deleted Boy. There is an army of Boy. There's the Boy Protection Committee. If I wanted to, which I don't, but if I wanted to, I could not. I would never live it down. I would have to break people's hearts on the rig. People ask about him. Anthus is fine too. Yeah, he's still around. If her problem is that she's a priest, but not a gnome, there's always race changes. His fan club. The Boy Band. I like the Boy Band. The Boy Protection Service. Last time I counted, I had like 45 alts. Surprised you didn't delete your drag there. Nah. I kept one of each class. So keeping my evoker makes sense. She also, I feel like they get a little bit of special consideration for having at least recently been a main of mine. I mained that character for 2 patches. 2 tiers. That was not nothing. That was something. She also is one of those characters that has like a bunch of system completed. So if they add some dumb garbage, Dragonflight, where I have to go back, my Dracthyr is a nice character to have handy for it. She also has Dragonflight Profession. She's got Dragonflight Professions done. Alchemy at the very least. Now, the characters that get deleted are usually characters that nobody remembers because they're boring. And I just like made them for Time Walking or Remix or like a Mount Farm or something, and they didn't have like a very cohesive name or concept or point. It's the greatest sin on my login screen. You gotta have a point. You gotta be for something. That's why Mungo's in danger. Add-on shows lumber and whatnot on your main screen. Farm HUD is probably what you're looking for. That's the like the sort of radar overlay. This one? Oh, over here. Yeah, I hope I can get this done today. I just need one more artifact solve, but it means that I have to proc a specific one, which could take any amount of time. This could take all day. It could take multiple days. It could happen in an hour. Hard to say. Although, in order to get it, I'm going to have to proc some dwarf sites. I'm going to eventually kill the remix alts. I think the remix alts from this most recent round of remix are much safer because they have cooler names. I had a theme when I was naming my remix alts. And I believe that that helped a lot because I don't want to delete them because they've got sick names. I also made a point to spread them across more. Oh, nice. Okay. I made a point to spread them across more. Oh, for a second, I'm like, where did my cloaks go? Servers. So if I'm ever trying to camp rares going forward for whatever, it'll be nice to have characters on different like RP servers. Yeah. I had aquatic themed names. Not all of them are fish. A couple of them are not fish. Crawdad not a fish. Orca not a fish. I'm being pedantic. We're going to the dwarf site that we just spawned up here. Western Ruins of Thorician. Speaking of fish, I want to move an aquarium in here. I just need to do it. I just need to drain it and scooch Barb in here and stick her back there like right where the moonkin is. Knowing my luck, I would make a big deal about Barbara finally joining me in the office, and that's going to be the pressure that finally kills her. The Ruins of Thorician. That's the stuff. Nope, not a new fish. Same fish I've had for like 3+ years. All of her friends in her school died like a while ago, as they aged, and she's just kind of hanging on, all alone. Waiting for a dramatic exit. Yeah, I don't really have the heart to like give her any roommates because I am pretty convinced that she's happier alone. She survived like almost a year of being a solo roommate to a male of her species that just harassed her continually, and she got really crafty at hiding from him. And she outlived him, which I thought was so impressive. So I'm not gonna like She earned her retirement. I'm not gonna bother her with someone else who's gonna annoy her. She's the retired lady who finally got her her quiet spot to sit and read where no one else is gonna mess up her fish flakes. My remix main is named Mixtape. Got all kinds of shoutouts for my Gen X homies in Azeroth. Problem with alts in different servers and campsites, you can only see their mogs if they're on that server. Oh, I wonder if that's what's happening. I wonder if that's why my mogs weren't showing real good. I wonder, because I do have my characters across a bunch of different servers. I'm working on the Kings Under the Mountain achievement for the Dwarven Brazier decor. I am nearly caught up in decor. As far as I can remember, the only things I have left to grind are a few more things for coupons. The doubloons, the Horde doubloon vendor item, and then this. I think that's it. I might have, and then I guess PvP stuff, but we're going to pretend that's not the thing. We're not going to worry about that. All in the same server. Transmogs also don't work. Well, phooey. At a certain point, I'm going to have to actually start decorating. Did you know I finally got around to messing around with the plumber suite of tools for decorating? And they have put a clock in it, so it will tell you how long you have spent in your decorating session. I thought that was a diabolical choice. I thought that was motivated by a tiny bit of mischief. Do we want to know? I don't know. Is knowledge power, or is knowledge just a source of shame? Hi, baby girl. You getting warm? Hi. You're so cute. How do you get to be such a cute little kitty cat? Sometimes my dog will go find her and he'll start like nose booping her. And she'll just be kind of like, because she, you know, he's huge. And she's just trying to like get out of the way. Not in like an urgent hurry, but she just does. I don't know if she knows that he's being cute. He's much bigger than her. Have a decent idea that too much time spent already. I don't know that it would track your time spent across sessions. I think it just tells you how long you've been decorating for in an individual session. I don't know if it has like a cumulative clock. That would be kind of crazy. But yeah. I was thinking about like the process of decorating and redecorating and how once you have the stuff, the only thing you're really spending is your time. You know, if you've already got your dives and your copies of stuff, all you're spending is your time, but you can easily spend a lot of time. I am after the Dark Iron Brazier from the Kings Under the Mountain achievement related to archaeology. I need one more Dark Iron, one more dwarf solve here. Do we have enough to do this? Did math check out? Nope, not yet. Procta, Fossil Bank. Yep. Pop down. Yeah, no problem. There's also a piece tied to Arakoa archaeology, and I want to say Warlords of Draenor, if you didn't have that done yet, but I had that one all set. 2 houses per account, and all your characters share them, but can visit either one of them. You can have a Horde house and an Alliance house, but your characters can visit, share, use, decorate in both, regardless of faction. You just need to use a Horde or an Alliance character to like set up the house originally. Glad I got number 0 then. Oh, this dig site. This dig site took me forever yesterday. It's really long. Cannot get the last Erico artifact I need after hours. Yeah. It's a bit of RNG. I feel the last one's the hardest one to get. I'm gonna give this my best shot today. I was already almost full. It was cool. I was the only house there the other day. My guild neighborhood is still pretty quiet, although I think that it's going to start to fill up. I don't think it'll ever completely fill up. My guild's not that big, but it'll start to fill up as we get into the actual expansion. Like, once the expansion starts, people will probably create their houses. I really should be doing this on a druid, but I don't want to. This one, at least I know, has all the archaeology skill, for all that matters. This way. Maybe I'll proc a really rare thing for like trolls or dwarves or something while I'm looking for this one. My Horde neighborhood is not a guild one. It's a public neighborhood. I joined like a random public neighborhood. It's called Iron Sun Gardens. Because at the time, I wanted to just try out endeavors. My guild neighborhood hadn't picked an endeavor yet, and I know that the public neighborhoods get them like auto-selected, so there's always going to be an active one. It's my beach house. Little vacation home. 58 alts. Definitely need to remove over half. I'm embarrassed. There's people that have more alts than they can fit on one account and pay for like multiple accounts so that they can have, you know, like 100 plus characters. I think 54 is pretty reasonable. I wonder if 33 leveled is as many. That's what I'm at right now. I have 33 80s, and I wonder if that's as many level capped characters as I've ever had. It's hard to say. My alt bank kind of goes up and down in size, but I think that might be a peak for me. Count is full and they're all over 70. I did not get the time played out on. I'm probably gonna do it. Not on stream, but I'm probably gonna do it for a video because a lot of people have been asking. It seems like a big trend. Plus, tiny part of me wants to know. What about you guys? What was your total time played? Yeah, that's a good idea actually. I want to get a profile, a little cross section. You know, maybe buy a sample or whatever, but like, you know, what are a couple examples, you know, by which to judge myself against? Indiana 90 Games. Hey, Fasty, how you doing? In 2.5 years, my shame is immense. Scatter Realms, thank you for the 80-month resub. Hit max level 80. Happy Sunday. Monday here. Happy Monday to you. 1,200 days retail alone. 1 year, 273 days. Yeah, I'm gonna need these converted into years. 1,200 days is a lot of years. 4 years, 290 days. Doing great. Very humid Sunday. Yeah, I think you guys will have me beat for sure. Tell myself it's because I go AFK a lot. Mine's gonna be cheating because I don't keep all my ults. 10 different endeavors. Go round up all the decor. Yeah, how many are there? I don't know if it's all 10. Some of them aren't going to be active until midnight. We counted them at one point. You have Drakthir, Grummel, Niffin, Mechanome, Ethereal. Drakthir, Grummel, Niffin, Mechanome, Ethereal is 5. I think there's at least another one. I don't think it's 10 though. I think it's either 6 or 8. But yeah, you can visit them. You would want to look in Group Finder to see somebody posting a group for a fully leveled like Endeavor bar, and then you can go shop off their vendor. Bearing in mind that you might want to collect some coupons, unless you have a huge stockpile. I thought I had a lot of coupons, and I ran out of coupons. Supposedly an add-on. There is a game command to find out your time on one given character. It's just /played. My /played on this character is 239 days. This is my main. And has been my main more or less for a couple expansions now. 119 days after 12 years of playing. How many coupons to buy everything? I don't. It's quite a few. There's also some things you may end up wanting copies of. Somebody might have a number. Somebody must have done that math. Alright. Done with the fossil bank. Did we proc? Another dig site. It's not far from me, but it is another fossil bank. We'll head up to it. I've been a Shadow Priest main since what? 925 days, nearly 5 hours, closing in on 3 years of game time. Seems like two or 3 years is pretty common among you guys. I feel like mine is going to be relatively low. Which is funny, because it's still probably over a year. I wonder if it is over a year. Yeah, it must be. It must be. Because I still have my druid, my night elf druid also has like a lot of history. There would be some serious playtime on her. I'll find out sometime. Stay tuned. Thought I wouldn't lose my sanity looking for Zinrock. Oh man. I don't think I ever got Zinrock. This one. Making a new expansion. Less violent, more educational, and I'm calling it the Learning Crusade. Lots of rainbows and books. Tree houses, that kind of thing. Somebody's made a sick treehouse somewhere. Cannot decipher your shirt. It is. It says shovel and salt service. And then the bottom it says the Great Canadian Workout. It's like a mock advertisement for a fictional snow shoveling company. I like wearing it because it's a really warm shirt. It's a particularly heavy blend of cotton. So it's like, even though it's a t-shirt and my elbows are out, I'm actually pretty toasty in it. It's like nice and heavy. Good for winter. Decor seems to be way better loved than pet battling. For me, selling decor looking backwards to family battler achievements. I can't look forward to those again. They added a few new ones. But yeah, I think there's more widespread demand for decor. Also the fact that you will want more copies. Somebody might want more copies of decor than they might have wanted of pets. You can have a couple copies of pets, but a lot of people don't bother. The moment in the state of Azeroth when Holly mentions regret calling it Warcraft seems to have ignited fury in some WoW content folks. That's funny. I don't even remember that. I watched the state of Azeroth on stream and I don't remember that. I'm sure it happened. I guess it just didn't ring any alarm bells with me. Talked about the way he used to warm up butter, most diabolical thing I've ever heard. You know, it's efficient. It's body heat you're making anyway. Oh, we got a dwarf site. So fastest way for me to get to this is probably to head back to Stormwind. I'm pretty close. Head back to Stormwind and port to Twilight Highlands and then fly. I want Waypoint UI back. Hello, Waypoint UI. Please turn on. Uh-oh, it's on. Why isn't it waypointing me? Is it not working? Oh, it wasn't Holly saying it. She was quoting Metzen and Holly disagreed with him, but you know the internet. Yeah, well. Thank you for the Instagram reel you posted about the trading post vendors. Would have never known that without you. Aw, that was the dream. I'm glad it helped somebody. Every time we pop by those vendors on stream, a couple people were just finding out about them, so I figured it would be a good target for a PSA. I did not do the Mineseeker thing. I don't think I'm planning to do it. It's not really calling to me. Gnomes should fly faster than Taurens. What if Tauren mounts are more motivated to fly faster so that they can be done and take a nap? Wasn't in State of Azeroth, separate interview. That would explain why I didn't remember it. Heading to this line. Did get whiplash for me posting like 2 or 3 things in less than a month. Yeah, I know. It's a bit out of character for me. But I figure if I'm not going to use it anyway, like it's not like I'm posting pictures on my Instagram. So like if I have anything that could go up there, I may as well just chuck it out. What am I going to do? Annoy people? If they're annoyed, they can just turn off Instagram. Or unfollow me, I suppose is another valid option. But it's occurred to me that's what it's for. Gaming podcast had Holly and Ian as guests. Oh. Taurens should only be able to mount protodrakes, other big creatures. Every time I cast Mindflay now, I can only think of Stranger Things. There's got to be some good. Well, actually, you could make like an 11 cosplay. You could do like a human or a gnome with like a pixie cut or a bald head. Actually, that's available. And do a Shadow Priest and put them in like a sweatshirt. You could do like a little 11 thing. Do you remember when Tauren couldn't mount but would be able to run faster? I'm aware of it, but I don't think I played back then. I think that had been patched out by the time I started playing. Did it even make it to live, or was that just like a vanilla beta thing? True design they thought about it implemented? Yeah. Planes running, right? I'm familiar with the story, but it certainly wasn't a thing when I played. I didn't start playing till End of Wrath. I was an ICC era bandwagoner. I was a Wrath baby, which used to be a thing that made you sound like a rookie. Not so much anymore. It's been a little while. Beta thing never made it to 1.0. Yeah. Never actually live. Nah, I didn't play the vanilla beta. I think Flabby did, but I wasn't that into it then. It's not that I was too young for it. I know people my age that did. I just wasn't really aware of it yet. Yeah, as soon as we try to make WoW and Azeroth obey general physics principles, we're gonna have a lot of problems to unpick. Might be a thread best left unpulled. Wouldn't it be funny to try WoW 1.0? Yeah, isn't that what Classic was? You would have been what, 12? What year are we talking? We can reverse engineer this. I was born in 1992. Maybe not engineer, just count. 04. So, yeah, 12. I was big into Neopets at that time. Maybe just about ready to phase out of Neopets. I think by the time I was 13 or so, I lost the edge on Neopets. Hi, Mr. Sonic Gen. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a cozy weekend. Yeah, sometimes counting involves engineering. Too old for Teletubbies. I was aware of them. I had younger relatives, or like I would visit a friend who was babysitting, and there would be Teletubbies involved. I didn't watch them. I despised them. They gave me the ick before the ick happened. Teletubbies were dystopian. I don't understand the appeal. It was the same. I had the same reaction to Caillou, which was unfortunately popular in Canada among children, but I was a bit old for it, and by the time I saw it, I was like, this kid used to go hard into Neopets. I was on the Avatar leaderboard for a while. Wish I would have started playing WoW when it first dropped. Too busy chasing girls and drinking. Hey, those are memories that are just as valid as extra years of WoW playtime. Gotta collect Labubu's modern day Teletubbies. Yeah, I'm not against a collectible. I have my own handful of Squishmallows. They make good pillows on my couch. I loved me a Beanie Baby back in the day. I don't get Labubu's though. They look freaky. They are, it seems like, intentionally ugly. And they all have the same face, right? Like, I don't get it. At least when I bought a Squishmallow, I would open the tag and it would be like, this is named Marnie and she has social anxiety. She likes to knit and is afraid of people. Like, they had such funny, like, overly realistic descriptions. I got a big kick out of that because they made like a bajillion of them. So at a certain point, I think the people writing those just kind of like lost all worry about anyone reading them. And if you watch things too young still, he does watch some stuff. I think he watches Sesame Street. I think he watches Sesame Street and maybe some other stuff. They're pretty on top of his screen time though. I don't know about Bluey. I'm not usually over during TV time. If I'm visiting them, we're usually just like visiting. Every kid I see watches Bluey. My nephew, I think, is about 3. Which is terrifying. Recently got my sister a horror movie director Squishmallow. That's funny. Oh, and we're back at Jintha lore. We've never truly left. I don't have enough fragments for my dwarf solve, do I? Close. Oh, I do. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. We're hoping for spiked gauntlets of anvil rage. We did not get them, but doing our best. Did I have archaeology tips? I have an add-on installed called minimal archaeology. I think that's the only tip I have here. You would be well ahead of me if you got minimal archaeology and then figured out how to use it. I just installed it and then got panicked and gave up. Had to learn. Growing up, I was pretty much only allowed to watch stuff like Sesame Street. My mom called the TV the idiot box. I heard the idiot box and the idiot tube a few times, but we were also allowed to watch shows. We mainly watched VHSs though. Like, we had a collection of Disney VHSs that we would watch. We didn't watch a lot of like live programming. Learn kid cartoons so I can relate to the kids. Ask about their favorite characters. Basic trivia about them. Mantid Ark into boxes. Oh, yeah. I decided I didn't like it, but it's certainly worth a try if you're struggling with Dwarven or any other archaeology. You go to Bran at the Seat of Knowledge. You may require some rep. I forget with who, but it looked like there might have been a rep requirement. Lore Walkers? You go to Bran at the Seat of Knowledge. You trade 2 restored artifacts for the Mantid kit, and that gives you a map and 24 hours where it will force all of the dig sites in Pandaria to come up Mantid, which are just kind of smaller, closer together. And then you trade your solves for boxes of fragments. You crate them into restored artifacts. You trade them for boxes of fragments. It seems like the ratio seems like it sucks to me. It doesn't seem like it's worth it over just doing your desired type of archaeology, unless you're really struggling or trying to also work on, like, you know, Mantid achievements or something like that. An entire solve gives you like 5 to 10 fragments, and that ratio seems garbo to me. I would rather do this. Days of the Saturday morning cartoons, the best. Better for things like Tulvir. Yeah, it's true. There's not very many Tulvir sites. Seems tough, though. Doug, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy. The main one I remember, the main kids show I remember watching when I was a kid was Big Comfy Couch, which I've later come to understand Canadian. I think same thing with Zaboomafoo. A lot of Canadian kids programming. Both of those Biss kids shows. Loved Luna and Molly. Clown and her dolly. One of the only non-terrifying clowns. When I was younger, I had a bit of a crush on the cute clown from that show. I always wanted to do her clock stretches. I didn't know how she was flexible enough. I used to pull my hammies trying to follow along with the clock stretch. Yeah, I'm doing this for achievement. I need the Kings Under the Mountain achievement for the Dark Iron Brazier decor is what I'm specifically after. So I'm just trying to proc the spiked gauntlets of Anvil Ridge. My hands are cold. But my cat's warm. I've got a kitty in my lap. Had a crush on Clarissa Explains It All. I feel like I vaguely remember the Blues Clue guy being kind of handsome. Maybe? What was his name? Steve? No, they stopped putting archaeology in new expansions. What was the last? I think BFA might have been the last expansion to get it. Steve's great, yeah. Every time I mention something like that from my past, I'm just like crossing my fingers that there hasn't been any like horrifying news about them in the last 20 years that I didn't catch. It happens. All the Blues Clues guys were hot. Babysat my nephew, watched it with him. Baby's first parasocial relationship. He's talking to me through the TV. Small when Steve left, I remember crying over it for weeks. Oh, speaking of kids shows and characters leaving, I was in line to vote, actually. And there was a family with kids in front of me, and then some parents behind me that were like chatting because they knew each other. And they were talking about the Wiggles. They were talking about going to see the Wiggles. What do we got? Dwarf, nice. And how the only Wiggle any of their children cared about was this one Wiggle who had left to start a solo Wiggle career. And like all of the kids were distraught because they were like solo Wiggle stands because she was the best Wiggle or something. And I thought that was so freaking funny. Yeah, Emma. That this Emma character, I've never seen the Wiggles. I'm a little out of the demographic, but whoever Emma is, she's so good at her job that she outshone all of her Wiggle companions to win the hearts of all the kids who will now follow her to whatever venture she takes on. I thought that was hilarious. Has her own YouTube now. Yeah, good for her. Absolutely good for her. That's so good. Yeah, she wiggled the best. She was the superior Wiggle. Daughter loves Emma. Apparently, According to that one conversation in the the Canadian election line. All the kids. Yeah, the Wiggle Diff. That Emma from the Wiggles? Yeah, something like that. Very first concert I ever went to. Second row. Wiggles. Some band called Rancid. Just a mild contrast. Not a lot of collaboration between those groups. I feel like I heard some Wiggles songs on, like, when I was visiting my nephew that would get stuck in my head. Something about fruit salad, yummy, yummy. And then I started saying moose salad, yummy, yummy. Even though my dog's not a salad. Which I think it's funny because my dog's not a salad, yeah. Listen, you can't hate a good earworm. Grew up around live music, had my fill at home, kinda hated it. I have been to a very limited selection of live music events in my life. They don't happen super close to me. How did we pick a winner? How did we pick a winner? Oh. In the election, yeah. I think it's whoever has the best chemistry with the Stars of Heated Rivalry. Job well done. Sister brought my niece over, and these songs do stick. One that gets stuck in my head on a regular basis is Where's Jeff? Oh, I don't remember that one. I do remember a couple of classic, I was too old for them as a kid, but there were some early VeggieTales songs that made the meme rounds when I was like in my 20s that my friends and I would listen to together because they were just funny. The Cheeseburger song is a classic. I will still belt that out in the shower sometimes because it's just so funny. Like, I know the VeggieTales are kind of Christian or something. I don't know. There's some deal with them, and I think they're not good anymore. But like, there's a couple of that one, and then the Hairbrush song. It's terrified of VeggieTales. Listening to people practice hours a day, every day for years kills your desire to go to concerts. You don't need a hairbrush. You don't have any hair. Yeah. Every VeggieTales song. Silly songs with Larry are the only fond memories I have of VeggieTales. If you've never heard it and you're in the mood for a silly song, do yourself a favor sometime and put on the Cheeseburger song from VeggieTales. It's not what I was expecting when I first put it on. Alright, how are we doing on Dwarf Fragments over here? Looking good. We're trying to proc Spiked Gauntlets of Anvil Rage. Fingers crossed. No luck. One more try. No. Oh, I'm so lucky. People have tried to do this for days, and I think I've been at it for maybe 2 hours. Oh, yeah. 2 pieces of decor for archaeology. Dark Iron Brazier and Rookmar's thingy-mabob. This is the one I'm trying to do, this King's Under the Mountain thing for that fireplace-looking thing. Secrets of Skeetus also has decor. I did have some of them done before, but I was promised that the last one was by far the hardest one to get, because you have to get a specific one to proc, so. Although we are going to need to get... Oh, we have... Yeah, okay, let's just head down and see if we can do it in one. Let me look at this. It's 45. I have 2 Runestones. Yeah, we can totally do it. So we're going back to Stormwind. Streamer privilege, right? Some people are just lucky. Talking about good times brings back good luck. Oh, I'm a little sad. I'm going to be done with archaeology. Tale as old as time. Yeah. I might buy a couple extras of that. I feel like there's some applications there. I saw somebody make a stove with burners using something kind of sort of like that, and I feel like it would be fun to use something that that I had to work a little harder to get. And we've got to head out there and dig it up first. The Arakoa one I was lucky to already have done, although I don't know if there's as many options for Arakoa solves. From the looks of the Wowhead comments, this achievement was really getting people. Yeah, they haven't made new content for archaeology in a while, but they didn't remove the old stuff. It's all still there. You can still collect everything that's been in, and you can still do archaeology. There's a couple of decor pieces tied to archaeology achievements, which is why I'm doing it. My seeds are sprouting and I have a grow light on them, trying to get them started. But a couple of them, I think I didn't bury them deep enough, and the seedlings are up, but they still have the seed cap on. And I've lived this life long enough to know that if I try to like pry it off with tweezers, I'm going to break off the seed leaves and like kill the seedling. So I've been like a couple times a day going over there with a spray bottle and like soaking the seed cap to try to like soften it up so it can eventually like get popped off by the seed. But I needed to I needed to do the thing. The hollyhocks have like really tough seeds that they're having trouble with. So it's an intense saga. Not Alliance only. Any Alliance or Horde could get it. It's not faction locked. I have a fear that archaeology will get the first aid treatment. I think they're just going to leave it as it is. It wouldn't make sense to tack onto another. Bandage crafting kind of made sense to just stick into tailoring because it's a crafting thing. This is actually an activity. I feel like they're just going to leave it like this. When I'm done, I should sell off my extra runestones. I bought a couple of extras to save me some time. So I guess I'm not doing archaeology for the whole morning. I suppose I'm going to have to do some island expeditions too. See if that research that I started on my hunter yesterday finished, because I need more doubloons for a piece of decor from island expeditions. And only one way to get them. Gotta grind. Wish they had left first aid separate. Why? Honest question. Very curious. I guess you could make bandages and more characters. But you can procure the bandages. They're not soulbound. They also have like a really limited application these days because every character has recuperate. Most characters have a self-heal, but every character can take a break out of combat now to just get your health back. Which I feel like is what bandages were for anyway. Let cloth drop for everyone and not just tailors. Yeah. Any sort of completionism on a single character. The RP of my survival hunter knowing first aid. Recuperate did remove the sting a little bit. That makes sense. It was a good warrior skill. Red-headed stepchild, so neglected. Bandages helped in combat if you could get a stun off. True. Used to stun the mob, use a bandage to live. All good points. How are we doing here? This is so exciting. Watch the project that comes up after the spiked gauntlets to be like the robe that I don't have. The rare transmog robe. Shadow 109, thank you for the 36-month resub. Thanks for all the awesome streams over the years. Good luck on your decor drops. Thank you. Happy 3 years. That's how that math works out, right? 3 years. Holy smokes. Appreciate it. Oh, I got a pattern for cindercloth pants. I wonder if that's worth anything. Maybe, actually. Let me look it up on Undermine Exchange. I've been killing rares while I've just been doing this here and there, and I've been getting a couple of greens that I didn't have transmog for. There's the dwarf site complete. Cindercloth pants. Think so flew by. Oh, bless you. So it looks like the pattern, cheapest price in North America is 2,000 gold. Average price is kind of 4,000 to 6,000 gold. I'll put it up for 2,000 gold. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe even 1,500. See if anyone in North America wants it for that price. Let's say 1,800. Leave it up for a couple days. See if anybody bites. Lovely. Okay. We are making our spiked gauntlets. I don't even need to use the runestones. We can just leave them. We can sell them. Yeah. Dark Iron Brazier. So it auto-collects E1 and then you can purchase more. I think in Ironforge. If you want more copies of them. Excellent. I'm going to sell off the extra runestones. I think those are probably worth decent gold. I thought about buying more of them if I ran out. Kind of where I was at. About 3k worth of those. Lovely. Okay. I want to see vendors. Dark Iron Brazier. Diedrich sleeps. Yeah, he's in Ironforge. Okay. So if I wanted to pop over there, am I far? Yeah, not really. Let's just fly over. I got that done so much faster than I thought I was going to. That's so exciting. I'm gonna do some island expeditions next. This search bar is awesome. It's good stuff. So if we hide completed. PvP and then... I did this. I have that table. PvP stuff? Yeah, PvP stuff. Oh yeah, Tranquillian, that's right. That's the other thing. So doubloons, PvP, a couple more coupon things, and then I need to do Tranquillian reps. So maybe I'll do some of that on Anthus. The abused warrior thing, not a WoW conspiracy theory. Going from my warrior to my mage night and day. Fix it, Blizzard. Hazel, it's my birthday today. I'm 39, glad to still be here. Happy birthday, Nordrasil. I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, there's lots of PvP decor. If you have Homebound, there's a whole section for it under Unlockables. Lots of different achievements. Participating in certain amounts of matches, taking graveyards, specific battleground things. Yeah, lots of good stuff here. Some of it's not too hard. Some of it would take a lot longer. Not PvP. Some of it may be doable in Comp Stomp or other upcoming formats that do not involve, people. Okay. Just checking to see if I want any more of the rest of this stuff. There's the braziers. So 700 gold. I'm going to get 3 more of them. Just so I have a nice set of 4. Just in case I want to use it like as a stove burner. I feel like it might be kind of cool. Did get some miscellaneous mechanica. All good. Farmed crackling shards last night. Didn't get one. How many are you at? Alright. Tranquillian or island? Islands sound like more fun. Let's do islands. At 7, just stuck. I have 8. So I was using a Horde Hunter. That's right. For island expeditions. Let's see. If my research isn't finished yet, then I might do some Tranquillian rep instead. At least until the research gets done. Best way to farm them. Hang on. I have just the command. There's the stuff. Bee and wolf farming. It may be harder to find groups now that we're kind of leaving the War Within. But putting together a group of people to grind mobs in the Cinderbrew Meadery area is the thing to do. I may cave and do it too. Quite a few groups there still? Good. No, I don't have all my shards. I'm still on 7. Is this done? Yes. Okay. Perfect. So let's see here. We'll go run and see if it's just a chance at some extra doubloons. It's not like a guarantee or anything. I have 114 out of 250, so we're getting there. Do this for a while. Undercity spiked chest. This is the item that I'm trying to get with these 250 doubloons. Doubloon decor didn't... No, it's Horde only. It's one item and it's only on the Horde vendor. Luckily, the doubloons are transferable, so if you have Alliance doubloons, you can put them on a Horde character and do the shopping. Yeah, a lot of weird inconsistencies with how decor is distributed. I guess they didn't have any particular need to make it... They didn't feel any particular need to make it even. Doing the 4 leveling rares loop late at night for shards. Has it been pretty good for you? You get a few that way? Maybe we should end this expansion by all doing a glorious combined Bee and Wolf farming group. We'll title the stream Hazel Gets Over Herself. Almost have enough to summon another Elanira. Rekilling the fast respawning rares took about 3 hours to get the last 5. Oof. I ground those rares for a long time and got nothing. I was not having any luck with those. I did get a couple from rares, but I got a couple from like the daily rares. I started using characters to farm the big ones. Okay, so the alliance boat's like right over here. Although I don't know if it's super worth it for me to try to like prevent them from getting stuff. They're not going to beat me. They're just NPCs. Not seen those shores in many years. Can't wait for Warbound Rat Snell expansions. Yeah. Seagull 100% worth the grind now with solo expeditions. I love that mount. I think it's great. Got so lucky with the Seagull. Let's see what our fastest thing is. The quests are not worth it. A couple of big things kind of in the middle over here. I'm not giga fast at all of this, but that's okay. We're doing our best. Got 4 in 2 hours. So ridiculous. 1 in 3.5 hours, yeah. I just need to get back on it, I think. I haven't gotten any because I haven't been trying. I feel like when I was working on it every day, I was getting a shard at least every like couple of days. Which is kind of a terrible ratio, but it, you know, it's not 0. It's in motion. The graph trends up. Okay, looking good. Used to be that warband currencies had to be sent. I think they were always pulled. I think as soon as they introduced transferring, it was a pull to target character and not a send from. I could be wrong, but that's my recollection. I should have I could be wrong as just a blanket disclaimer over anything I ever say. Let's just assume that's always true. Let's just enter a default rate of 80% confidence on anything that I say, because I don't know, this game's big. Changes. Never assume that I'm infallible. I'm so far from it. Not that anybody does, but I don't even really try to keep up anymore. You would buy an item, send it, lose currency in the process. Oh, that's true. 2 pieces of decor from archaeology. One for... They're both tied to achievements. One for Kings Under the Mountain, and one for... There's like an Arakoa one as well. If you have Homebound, they're in the unlockable section under Profession Achievements. Being a hassle, full on a currency, not being able to send them away was it. It used to be that you couldn't pull a currency if your character didn't have any of it, because it wouldn't show up in the list. They've fixed that now. You can now see all of your warband currencies even if the character doesn't have any yet. But it used to be that you had to go get like at least a little bit so that you could transfer more. That was kind of a funny state of affairs. I wonder how long the Tranquillian rep takes. There's no best way to find out is just to do it. Remember having to do Valorstone World quests? I don't recall when they changed it. I just know that they did. Didn't take too terribly long. Quests went pretty fast. This is going okay. There's a strong argument to be made for me switching to marks for easier AoEing, but I think we're doing fine. I think this doubloon grind is still going to take a while. I wonder if I'm going to be better off like splitting it up into multiple days. So I don't go crazy grinding this. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Maybe I do like 3 expeditions a day or something. I'm always right on my birthday, so I keep a list of egregious things that my boyfriend has said over the year, and I tell him them so he agrees with me. Like, you take advantage of your birthday to, like, go in and batch edit all of his, like, really outrageous opinions. He says cereal is soup, for example. I'm grinding doubloons for decor. There is a piece of decor for doubloons on the Horde vendor for 250. It's an Undercity spiked chest. I do not have it, and I don't have any doubloons. Or I don't have enough doubloons to buy it, so I'm grinding them. If you had them on different characters, you could transfer them. Pretty amusing for both of us. That's funny. Does he ever disagree when you tell him something he said? He's like, does he ever not recall? Adding lots of quality of life stuff. Rebuilt bridges in Battle of Gilneas after so many years of them being broken. It's pretty nice. Alright. Coin pouch, satchel, sack of plunder. Seems pretty good. See how many doubloons we got here. 1, 8, 2, 4. Yep. Pretty good. Okay, so that's 128. Yeah, let's go again. That wasn't bad at all. I think that was like a lucky amount. 14 is a pretty lucky doubloon take for an expedition. I think I'm happy with that. So that means next year's the big 4-0 for you. Are you excited? Dreading? Neutral? Planning an enormous party? Write about everything today, and then the clock strikes midnight and he's back to being ridiculous. That's really sweet. Do you guys do cake? Or like any other particular like special food or desserts or anything? Let's see if I can warm up my hands on it. The rest of me is really toasty, but my hands are freezing today. Oh, I wonder if I can do this in a way that's faster. I mean, I can. I wonder if I will want to. Let's grab some stuff and see if we can gather up a couple packs worth. I like mining the big nodes. It's also harder to actually aggro stuff once you're a little higher level. I remember the goats kicking as well. Alright. Yeah. Getting French toast soon here. My favorite. Going to a fancy restaurant tomorrow that we haven't been to. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, Valentine's Day coming up in another week and a bit. I guess Love is in the Air is going to start in WoW as well. That's usually what comes along. Yeah, but Love is in the Air starts tomorrow. Are they going to do anything different? Is it too much to hope for decor? I feel like it's too much to hope for decor. I don't think we're going to get decor on holidays until early access is over. We're still technically early access for housing. I don't think they're going to give us decor yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm being doomer about it. I was so hoping for decor from Wintervale. I was so disappointed when they didn't give us like a prefab Christmas tree. New mount to chase, huh? Okay. New mount in the mount journal. I'll have to look at that after this. Let's see. Any clue if it will be available once midnight hits? Yes, they said the decor that is from the pre-patch event will be available in midnight. The mounts, pets, toys, etc. will not be. So if you want those, get them now. But you will be able to get more copies of the decor in the future. Walked my favorite nature center yesterday too, doing all my favorite things over the next few days. That's really nice. Recently wanted to try seafood, trying it so far. Tried a ton, only liked lobster tail. Yeah. Seafood is very like preparation dependent, I find. You know, somebody that likes sushi might not like cooked fish and vice versa. I like salmon and I like sushi. I'm not a big fan of like shellfish though. I'm pretty medium on shrimp. But like I would rather have yeah, like I feel like it's very preparation and recipe dependent. What's your thought on eating sea bugs? It's fine if I can afford them. That's usually my holdup with seafood, as I can't be bothered to spend that much money. It's expensive here. All food is expensive here, but it means that stuff like shrimp and fish. Usually, if I'm eating seafood, we've caught it. My partner and I fish and crab and stuff. So if we've got seafood ourselves, we'll eat that. I love shellfish. Shellfish hates me. Don't have the budget for lobster tail, really. Yeah. Crawfish are free. All you have to do is turn over stones. I haven't eaten crawfish in a long time, actually. I used to catch them as a kid, and we would boil them. It's been a while though. I don't know if it really appeals to me anymore. Last night for dinner, I did my chickpea potato curry, and it was good. I was happy with it. We have leftovers, which I'm pleased about. I've discovered that if I've had a long day, I'm not in the big mood to cook at the end of the day, so anything that I can do earlier in the day to make food ready for me is nice. I feel like I'm kind of not finding a ton of mobs over here. Making curry this week? Nice. I love them because they're so forgiving. You just chuck a bunch of stuff in the Instant Pot, and then you just cook it for like a while. Serve it on rice, and wow, dinner. Fun Buns Gaming, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. My new favorite thing, though, is to dice up some potatoes and to cook those in with whatever curry I'm making. And the potatoes kind of like absorb all the broth and spice and stuff, and they just get really yummy, and it makes it like extra filling. There is a couple of decor pieces related to archaeology. I finished the one that I was pursuing, so I'm not working on it right now. But there's one tied to Kings Under the Mountain, which is a dwarf archaeology achievement. The other one is tied to Arakoa archaeology. They're not direct archaeology solves. They're attached to achievements. This one looks like it's in a cave. I think we're just gonna not. I think we're just gonna get out of the middle here and do something else. Like Masama. Oh, potatoes are the best. Potatoes are actually affordable, so anywhere that I can kind of like add them to a dish to kind of fill it out is usually a pretty reasonably cheap and affordable way to add like calories. I make a lot of stuff with potatoes and onions and garlic. Those are all still pretty affordable. Hi, Hazel. How are you? Hi, Pockgear. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I'm cozy. I got real lucky this morning with an archaeology solve. I finished my decor faster than I thought I was going to, so I'm moving on to grinding doubloons for decor. Pretty close to the end of this one. Potatoes, rice, homemade pasta? Oh, you're fancy with the homemade pasta. I'm not very good at it. I've made homemade pasta before, but I've always failed to roll it thin enough, and it always gets kind of gummy and then digests horribly. It's always hurt my tummy. So I just buy, you know, shelf pasta. But I buy a lot of it. You get it on sale. Island Expeditions, yeah. Invested in a good pasta roller attachment for my KitchenAid. I wonder if I would use one if I had one. I have a KitchenAid. I am pretty lazy lately. I have very little energy for cooking. I feel like rolling my own pasta is a little beyond me right now. Sometimes boiling it is beyond me. Probably have a hard time rolling it correctly. Yeah, I used to try to hand roll it, which is probably my problem. I wasn't able to hand roll it thin enough. It's nice to have some mechanical help. I was just trying to use like a beer bottle. There we go. One pet, one sack of plunder. Not as much. Although it says 9 to 12 doubloons more if you have the research. Let's see. Want to try and start sourdough this week too? Nice. Do you have a starter, or are you going to try and start a starter? Cooks faster, don't spend a lot of time dealing with it. Playful Frostkin. Had some starter for a while? Nice. I don't have one currently. It was one more pet that I didn't... It was a pet too many. I didn't have the energy to keep up with it. Hope it's still okay. It's probably fine. I've rescued starters that have been sitting in my fridge for like a month plus without attention. How is Hunter? Not super sure. Bunch of changes. It's working well enough for me. I'm not really doing any difficult content or anything though right now. There is a video on YouTube with my house. Let me grab a link. I was gonna make a command for it. I have a house tour. Woo! Look at me with a YouTube video. Here's a link. Let me stick that on a command so that I have it handy. If anybody's looking for my house, I can show it to you without having to stop what I'm doing. Wow. Dehydrated? Oh, yeah. Yeah, shelf life should be good on that. I love using my bread machine to work on sourdough dough because once I'm actually like kneading and letting it rise, I feel like they benefit from really long rise times. And my machine can do that. It has like an artisan dough cycle that takes ages. And a command. Let's just say house. I want you to come see mine sometime. Oh. Okay, that's the wrong command. That is also true. It's a little outdated. Hang on. Edit command. Hazel's Wow House Tour. That's funny. I forgot that I had that. Yeah, that's the real house. Yeah, I can try and add my bread machine to the list. That's a good point. I strongly believe that pretty much any bread machine is going to be good. Their job is very simple. It needs to have a timer, a motor, and a heating element. They're not complicated things. I've had a couple of them and I've loved all of them. It's like a magic device. If you like fresh bread. If you're not that fussed about it, it's going to be one of those things that you buy and never use. But here, while I'm waiting in the thing, let me see if I can pull it up. Ta-da. Yes, this one. Add to list. No, not that list. I already own one. I don't want to buy another one. I want to put it in my home products. There we go. If you refresh my Amazon shop, you should see my bread maker in the home products list. Never used since I learned how to do it manually. Machine is magic. Sometimes I'll start dough in the machine and then I'll finish it in the oven. And sometimes I'll just let the machine handle the whole business. But it's nice to oh my god. It's nice to have it going in the machine because it just means that your hands off for a lot more of it and it's a lot less cleaning. I don't have to clean my counter after I was kneading dough on it because all of it happened within the machine. There's like a lot less flour that gets everywhere. And I just have like a sensory thing where I really hate having dough on my hands. Flour on my skin. I can deal with it. It's not like an absolute life ruiner for me, but I don't like it. And I love being able to bypass it. And I'm not about to wear gloves to make bread. So the bread machine helps me out with that a lot. Oh, you know what I should do is I should put my bread machine... I have a really good cookbook of bread machine recipes. I should stick that on the wish list too. It's, the poolish ones are like my go-to. Making bread at home means you can make it with fewer calories? Yeah, you can certainly do it with less sugar. Less to no sugar. If you're buying American off-the-shelf bread, it may be sweeter than what you're looking for. You do want it to have some calories though, so it can be food. Also have a problem with rolling things out. Maybe the dough sensory thing. I mean, it certainly makes your kitchen a pain in the butt to clean. It's doable. There's techniques and tactics you can use to help make it easier, but it's still a thing. Make plenty of bread by hand, nervous and messing it up, since I do everything very much by feel. I weigh all of my bread ingredients when I'm putting it in the thing. I weigh the flour. I don't weigh the yeast, actually. I use a tablespoon for that, but I have a scale and I do everything by grams and that makes it much more consistent. I I also will usually, unless I've made a recipe like a million times, I'll have a look-see when it's kneading, and if it looks really dry, I'll add more water, and if it looks really wet, I'll add more flour. But that's another nice thing about the bread machine, is that you can make really wet doughs, and you don't have to worry about handling them. Some of the best doughs are made with really high moisture content, really slack bread doughs. And they're a pain in the butt to handle because they stick to everything. But if it's in the bread machine and the bread machine is doing the kneading for you, you don't lose as much of it. You don't have to deal with as much stress trying to keep it from sticking to everything. Oh, pizza dough in the bread machine is a beautiful hack. I just drop like 4 ingredients into my bread maker, hit the dough cycle, and then an hour and a half later, I just go make pizza out of it. It's amazing. I like to put fresh pressed garlic and rosemary into my bread dough. Or not my bread dough, my pizza dough. Make a naan for the curry? Nice. Fancy, take some energy. Are you working for Big Bread? If anything, I'm working against Big Bread. Big Bread wants you to buy pre-made bread. I'm working for Big Bread Machine. I should make some. It's been a while since I've done my own loaf. It's nice to have, it's like a really nice thing to do if you're going to entertain, you're going to have people over, is if you're having the machine make fresh bread. One, it's one less thing for you to do. But secondly, it smells amazing, so it makes you seem like you're more together than you are. Working for the Flour Syndicate. I'm pro-gluten. I don't think I could handle that one. I'll just go find some stuff to mine over here. Happy. I've been getting a lot more doubloons actually since finishing that research. I'm glad that I remembered that and went back and filled it out. We're up to 128. Oh, hang on. I didn't open this bag from last time. We're up to 137. I don't think I'm gonna... Well, I could do it all today. Partner with a real estate agent. Drop a fresh loaf off at the open houses. Oh my gosh. When I toured a lot of houses before I bought this one. I didn't tour any houses where a realtor had baked cookies. I've heard of that. I did tour one house where somebody, maybe the homeowner, I don't know who, had liberally sprayed cologne in one room in particular. I don't know what they were trying to cover up, but it was awful. It was like I had to hold my breath. You couldn't really breathe in there. And it was A, suspicious, and B, a hazard. I don't know if they were just trying to cover up like weed or something, or worse, it could be mold, but like I did not buy that house. Yeah, ode to mildew. Not what you want to see. Probably smoked cigarettes or weed, something, yeah. It was not a vote of confidence. It took that house a long time to sell. I was watching it after I didn't buy it. It sat in the market for almost a year. Sister used to do that. I mean, they fooled me in the sense that I don't know what they were covering up. Because I didn't want to breathe in there, but I don't recommend it. I don't even have allergies. One murder house enough for a lifetime? My partner has a black light that he uses to do some weird thing with fishing lures. I don't know. He's like a fishing nerd. But I told him when he got it, do not shine this around our new house because whatever you're going to find, I don't want to know. If I can't smell it, it didn't happen. If you do investigate with a black light, you are not allowed to tell me. Remember the apartment blacklight situation? Yeah. I'll tell this story. A couple of apartments ago, I had moved into a place on pretty short notice, and I was just happy to like have a place. But it smelled. It was kind of during COVID. I got the sense that the apartment complex They were kind of like a corner cutting-y place like a lot of them are, and they hadn't really cleaned it very well. They had kind of done a surface level clean, but you could tell that the people that lived here previously had dogs that they just let pee on the carpet. It was pretty gross. You could tell that someone sort of tried to clean the carpet, but not really, and you could smell it. So I tried to fix the situation myself because the complex was no help. And I knew I wasn't going to be staying there very long. I just wanted to not have to smell it. So I got like a little carpet steamer and some enzyme cleaner, and I like went over it a bunch of times. And in order to try to find like this places that I really needed to target with this enzyme cleaner carpet steamer situation, I got a blacklight flashlight to detect the problem areas. And it did a good job of that. It showed me exactly where they were. But I also found like a huge drip pattern that went into a corner that had a huge pool pattern that looked like someone had been like bleeding and then bled out in a corner. I've since decided that it was probably just someone with a leaking garbage bag of meat juice that had dripped on the floor and then just been let to stain the floor. You couldn't smell it and you couldn't see it without the black light, but the black light looked like a murder scene. It was, and I was living there alone too. I had just split up with my ex. I was living there alone, and I was like looking around this place with a black light being like, ah! What happened here? Moving out the next day, gotta go. No, I stayed there for about 8 months. Could be, the drip leading to the puddle was not indicative of the dog. Plus you could tell where the dog peed because you could smell that. That was stinky. What possessed you to look with the black light? I was looking for the areas that the dog had peed on the carpet to target with my carpet steamer because I was trying to make the smell less bad. Bird problem. Yeah, there were birds nesting in the vents. And in the springtime, the bathroom that vent attached to smelled like a petting zoo because you could smell the birds that were nesting in the vents. But that I didn't report because I didn't want to narc on the baby birds. Plus I was moving out pretty soon anyway. Yeah. Yeah, it probably wasn't blood. It was just funny. Same vibe with hotel rooms, just want blissfully ignorant of whatever happened. Yeah. That was also the place that had the toilet seat that was chewed on. Hopefully by the dogs. I don't know. I replaced it. I paid my own money to buy a new one and replace it. I was not going to try to chase that down with management. They were not wildly helpful. Place I'm currently in is an old Victorian terrace house. Got mold, mice living in the ceiling. Rent is huge for the area. Yeah. It's just kind of that thing right now where like if you can get a place, sometimes you have to take some compromises. The baby birds were kind of cute. You could hear them cheeping. You could hear like echoing cheeping coming into that one specific bathroom. That place would have been nice if it had been taken care of properly. It was big. It was way too big for me, but it was the thing I could get on short notice. It was 2 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms. Kind of like a townhouse style apartment. But I didn't get any furniture for it because I knew I was moving and I knew I was going to move like across the border and on a boat. I was going to have to take a ferry to get back to the island, and I wanted to keep my stuff that I was taking as minimal as possible. So I didn't furnish it. Or I furnished it very minimally. I didn't keep a lot of stuff. It did the job. How are we doing? 147 doubloons. I think after my break I might come back and do... After my break... Well, I guess we can wait a little while longer. I can come back and do some Tranquillian maybe. Because there's 2 pieces of decor tied to that. And they're nice. They're nice looking. We viewed an apartment in a high-rise and the super didn't even come up and just said the door's open. Balcony door was open and the pigeons had used the door stopper as a perch. Covered in burp. Oh, that's funny. No, you don't have to have your Heart of Azeroth for this. I don't even know if... This character must have one, but I haven't thought about it in a long time. You just talk to the NPC behind the table, and they can queue you up for a solo one. I think I'm gonna end up, not today, but I think before midnight. We're gonna have another, what, 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks before actual expansion launch? I think I'm gonna have time to do some bee and wolf farming groups for crackling shards. My UV flashlight did reveal something interesting once. I cracked an egg, thought it looked off color. Got the UV, glowed intensely green. What does that mean? Collecting mounts and pets didn't do a lot of islands. Yeah, tons of stuff from these. It's nice that they let you solo queue these. For a long time, it was almost impossible to do them because you needed to have either a pre-made group or like have a queue fill, which is impossible these days. I'm glad they let you in alone now. Sign of bacterial presence. Oh. Hi, baby girl. Welcome back. She keeps jumping down, and then I think she gets cold, and she's like, nope, never mind. I'm coming back. Let me up. Baby girl. You got a cold? Oh, sorry. I won't rub your tummy. I do like to use UV lights on top of canned goods at the store. Oh. Like a store that you work at or just before you purchase them? Miss living in my old apartment. Used to get the odd urban fox. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I have like a little bit of nostalgia for all of the different places that I've lived. Before or after I buy them. I like to take pictures in places of just like regular kind of everyday life. And then I kind of look back on like how I had the furniture laid out or what the place looked like in the afternoon when it was sunny. That apartment that had like the murder carpet and the chewed toilet seat and the birds in the vents also had cats that lived right across the walkway in a window that I could see. There were 2 of them and one of them was fat. And they were very cute, and they would sit in the windows, and I would, like, see them all the time. Cuckoo01, thank you for the 6-month resub. Hazel, you are still the chillest / coolest. Don't mean coldest. Actively watch and enjoy the content of, have in the background while I do some chores and doze off. Aww. I am honored that you let me into your home. I may be the coldest, my hands are freezing. It's also chilly, although I think a lot of you guys are still dealing with worse weather than me. Ball of water. Yeah, I think after this one, I'm going to be about full up on islands. I'm getting a lot of pets, although I don't know if they're really going to be worth a lot. I don't like this particular map I'm finding. I'm not great at extracting value out of this map. I think I need to spend more time on the beach. Do you know, Hazel, you occupy my 65-inch TV most days of the week? I didn't. I don't know if that's... is that flattering? Does this look okay blowing up that big? I was blowing up the camera to edit that short, and I was like, ooh, after all the Twitch compression, this isn't looking so good anymore. This is compressed a lot from the original camera quality. 65 inches, my goodness. I have a 39-inch. And at one point, I would like to get a 55 and then actually wall mount it. But I'm pretty sure that once I'm watching TV, I'm not thinking about how big it is, so I feel like it's just something that it's not actually going to make a difference. Oh, it's looking great. Aw. Weird winter in Colorado. Barely any snow, 53 Fahrenheit. That is warm for February, yeah? That's pretty close to what we're dealing with here. We've had a very wet season, but I think that's pretty normal. They still didn't fix the necromancer in islands. This one's coming along. Just about done. These are just self-heals, right? They're not extra azurite or anything. Yeah. Large apartment, couch is very far away because the dog jumps on it and pushes it back, so we just put it against the wall. Gotcha, that makes sense. Another sack of plunder. Alright. 4 Fahrenheit yesterday, today is 12? Below 20 Fahrenheit for weeks here in Virginia. Too cold, feet of snow and ice won't melt. Ugh. Burr. Capital B, burr. Alright, 159 doubloons. Pretty good. Let me just see anything that I have copies of. Stonekin. We also have a Bloodstone Tunneler and a Death-Sting Scorpid. I don't know if these island pets are worth anything, but we may as well try. Try and get rid of them. What's this? Saber kitten. Yeah. This one, Sun Scale. Let's go it on. Western mountains are having it mild, but east is getting hammered in the US. I don't know how many pets I'm missing. I'm sure some. I've gotten a little less complete about my pet collection more recently. Some of these things are new coming in midnight, of course. I have my Data for Azeroth and my Simple Armory both linked in the panel, so that'll probably have more detailed information about my collections if you're curious. I was just going to post these for sale. See if anyone at all wants them. I think probably no. 15 gold. Good home. 5 gold. Should just delete them. Oh, that one's worth a little bit. Give me 1k. 8 gold. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Okie dokie. Thank you for your patience. Welcome back to me. Confirmed Hazel's the one crashing the WoW pet economy. Yep. I have no respect for other people selling stuff on the auction house. If I want to get rid of something, I'm going to post it up dirt cheap. Let's call it a gift to the shoppers. Okay, alright. We are over halfway towards the Undercity Spiked Chest. I'm out of breath. I kind of jogged back here. I am going to take a break from this. Hop on a Blood Elf character of mine who might have started his Tranquillian rep. There's 2 pieces of decor associated with that. I believe it's just like questing in the Ghostlands. Let me pull up some info on Wowhead. Anthus. Anthus. There he is. It's only worth what someone else is willing to pay. If others think I'm too low, they can flip it. Exactly. Exalted if you just follow the storyline. Gotcha. 2 to 3 hours. Okay. If I were a raid boss, I'd be called the Undercutter. I'm just using Auctionator. That's all I'm using right now. I want to go into his cooldown manager. And I really just want to turn it off for now. Yeah, that's fine. So... no search bar in here, is there? I don't know. Anyway, we'll start by going... here's my horde house. We'll start by going... I guess to Orgrimmar. Looks so good, had to get it. Yeah. I used to use TSM, and if I ever got really back into the auction house intensely, I probably would get it back. But I've been happy with Auctionator since Dragonflight. Hi, Sita. How you doing? Happy Sunday. There's a repeatable where you can buy items if you don't feel like the grind. Okay. See how expensive that is. Probably fairly. There I was with a bunch of max level tunes all picking flowers, blowing up mobs. Yeah, I wonder if some of the competition is blown by. Good day from Melbourne. Good day. Aussies have been smoking in the Olympics recently. I was watching some Aussie snowboarders cleaning up. Good stuff. Have a think about what I want to do here. So, Homebound, Venters, Classic, Burning Crusade, version of Radagar. It's called Sindorai Sleeper, Sindorai Crafter's Forge, with an apostrophe. Yeah, Sindorai Sleeper. I'm looking it up just to see if there's any like useful tips. Sometimes Wowhead will have in the comments of something like this. What about the guy? Apparently there were some issues with it originally. So the guy is in the Ghostlands. What I'm wondering is where I go to start. Oh, I can't use this yet. I mean, we could always fly from Undercity or even, Strathholm. I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna go to Strathholm. I thought I had some rep. This is the character housing reps indicated was the most progressed. I don't think he has any. Edge of Eversung and Ghostlands. Yeah, I'll head out there and see if I can find any quests. Realizing with my housing decor addiction I have all the things. Did not do all the class halls in Legion Remix. Will they be bringing back Remix? I would not expect to see Legion Remix again. I think that when they do Remix again, it'll be a different one. If it makes you feel any better, though, I just did all of the class halls, and I did them outside of Remix. I did them outside of Remix on purpose, just because I didn't want to have to worry about things that would be different or not different in Remix. It's totally doable. It's not that bad. It will take some time. There's some time gating. There's a few missions, but it was nerfed from its original state, so you don't have to... You're not going to do it in one day, but it's not that bad. Alright, so now we're into Ghostlands. So let's just kind of run through the zone. I haven't been here in a long time. What do you mean? Okay. Evidently I missed Zadormi. Thank you. There we go. I was like, this looks different. This looks different. It's funny, now the map's not working for me, but I'm pretty sure this is it. It's funny, they gave me that raid warning through my own voice. My own character put it in my own chat. Anthus said, warning, you've entered the lands of midnight. Turn back. Body snatching me over here. Okay. So, let's do low-level quests. Let's head up. Give me a map! Why is my map defaulted to Outland? That's annoying. Oh, hey, lumber. There's... We'll probably just fly to the... Or, not fly, but run to the border and see if we can pick up the thread of things. Quest on the bridge entering the zone from Eversong. Gotcha. Go see, have a look. Won't work since it's set to midnight. Well, that's silly. I'm in the Zadormi time warped version of it. They should fix it. What do I pay all this money for? I was going to say, what money do I pay? But no, I pay some money. I pay a sub. I pay an annual sub. Once a year, my credit card's like, whoa. International transaction alert. And then I'm like, wait, who's taking hundreds of dollars? Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. Answered my own question. Yeah, I was hoping the map would work because that would make it easier to find questing starting points on the map, but that's alright. We'll just do this the old-fashioned way. We're zoomed all the way out. We are tracking Lobby quests, and we're just going to take the road north. I need a better horse. I can't run around on this thing. This is crazy. Ground mounts. Cool ground mounts. I guess I have a paladin one, don't I? This isn't a paladin map, but I just haven't seen it in a while. Looks kind of nice. Oh, there's a quest. I'm so close. I'm just gonna run up. I feel like I'm gonna get to this one later. Oh well. Maybe not. I'll go look for an earlier quest just in case. Trading post moose. Trading post turkey! Trading post turkey! I forgot about the turkey! Oh, I've been looking for an excuse to ride this thing. Gobble, gobble. Alright. Anything around here? It's possible that that quest I picked up is where this character is going to start off on. Oh no, here's something. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. Let's just pick this up. 4 plagued blood samples. Does this look about right? Man, heaven forbid I have a map. Do I have a waypoint at least? This is kind of annoying. What am I going to read quest text like it's 2005? Beasts in the Ghostlands. Alright. This is inspiring me to quest an Eversong with my hedgehog. There we go. I am neutral with Tranquillian, so I guess I am starting from scratch. I don't think I had any rep on any of them. I don't know why I picked this character. I guess he's a blood elf, so maybe that'll help when it comes to like rep discounts. Change the map. No, it's busted because this is a zone that's been redone for midnight. It won't show it. It just defaults to the midnight version of it. It's really annoying. Alright, one more. That's okay. You guys have all done this recently, so you guys can help me when I get lost. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble. I love this. I think both Eversong Woods and Ghostlands are a little toast on the map. Okay. He's gonna send me down. That was 1500 rep. Darkmoon Fair ended yesterday, so I don't have to worry about that. Forgot I have that now. I need to pull it out. Belf Heritage Armor quest may give Tranquillian. I would have thought that I would have done those on this character, because I have Belf Heritage, and I feel like this is my only Belf. One of my favorite zones, still remember a lot. Yeah, waypoint's working for this one. I don't want to deliver Claw of Anger. I also don't want to recover the Tears of Elude. There we go. So, how much rep? Here's a question for me. How much rep do I need to buy this stuff? Exalted. Okay, it does need to be finished. It's not going to give it to me or revered. That's good to know. Although, I just got some transmog. And we're getting big chunks of rep. Why don't we track it? Let's track it as an experience bar, so it's going to be down here. We can kind of keep an eye on it. 50% more rep right now, too. Oh, yeah! Yeah, that might help me finish early, actually. Not mad at that. That would be kind of handy. I wonder if I can squeeze it out in an hour then. Phrasing. I wonder if I can finish this in an hour. I have an hour left to stream. Maybe I can if I like really push. It depends on how front loaded like the big chunks of rep are. And also how hard it is for me to find out where I'm going when the map's not working. Nerubus guards. Surrounded here. Outlying villages. Head northeast. Okay. Northeast to Suncrown Village. Gonna have to read. Game environment looks soft and dreamy. I have a lot of like clutter settings turned down. I don't know. Might be something to do with my graphics settings. It could also have to do with my Twitch compression. It focuses more on the troll tribe in the area, the Amani? Oh, okay. I'm hoping I'm going the right way. I don't even have a waypoint indicator. This is a village to the northeast though, so. Oh, it's a Lemba lumber. Interesting. I don't need the lumber. I don't need the lumber. Zone's kind of toned that way too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, heaven forbid they give us a waypoint. Okay. We've at least found the guards. From the gate, Tranquillian is on the right side of the map. When I have a quest to turn in, then it's giving me waypoints. But when I'm just like looking for like a quest area, I have low level quest tracked. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Track quest POIs. Does that help? No? Alright. Never mind. So excited to see the Ghostlands healed. Yeah, the map is messed up because the zone's been revamped for midnight. My waypoints have been messed up though. Or at least my waypoints have been not wanting to use my waypoint add-on for some reason. It's updated. It's installed. Yeah, well, this is working out fine. It looks like I found the boss I was looking for, so that's good. I'm starting to get a little excited for leveling the new expansion. I think launch will be fun. I appreciate them launching at like afternoon my time. 3 p.m. is just like a couple hours after lunch Pacific. I feel like that's a nice cozy time to just start like a longish stream. And we're heading back. Plus this is excellent time to bond with my turkey. I think the old Belf starting line is just phased. I think it's just phased like same way Undead and Night Elves both have phased entry points. The lakes. Lots of questing in an area with lakes. Midnight for me, but I have the Friday off so I can sleep in. Nice. Gonna go. See you later, Mr. Sonic Jin. Read launch is like 1 a.m. Got low confidence servers will be up. I said that last time, and they launched the War Within really smoothly, I feel like. I thought that launch went... I guess other people had issues. I got lucky or something. I got on some shard where everything was working great. I didn't get booted off once, I don't think. Little Tolkien reference there. Supplies. Couple more quests. We'll just pick up as many as we can get. Or within early access was incredible as well. Smoothest leveling I've ever had. I think it's going to be good again. I think they've got a handle on that. If I was predicting, there's probably going to be a couple of quests that have bottlenecks. There usually are. Like a quest mob that needs to have their spawn rate hot fixed up or something, but I bet you it'll be pretty smooth. I don't think I'm going to do an all-nighter this time. Getting kind of sleepy for it. Could just kind of do like an afternoon and maybe evening and then just like go to bed when it feels like it's bedtime. You know, it'll be there when you wake up. Okay, so we need lots of stuff. Lacking waypoints. Coast makes me feel like it's going to be this way. Travel northwest, yeah, okay. This is the hardest part of the questing for me, is figuring out where to go without a map. Smaller releases like patches and classic expansions they struggle with. Work from home Thursday, off Friday. Nice. I guess I should be checking mobs as I go past them just to see if I have quests for them, because I picked up a lot of quests. Why are you on a ground mount? You can't fly out here. This is Ghostlands. And it's one of the last remaining zones that are not flight capable in the game. I'm here questing for Tranquillian rep for decor. I don't think you'll ever be able to fly in this phase. Like, if you talk to Zadormi to get access to this phase, you're not going to be able to fly, I don't think. They're revamping it, and the new version will be flight capable, but not this one. Looking forward to seeing new prey function and the bigger delves. Bear in mind, bigger delves are later down the roadmap. They did talk about them, but they're not coming at launch. They will be cool, but they're not happening super soon. But like one time there, never came back. Yeah. Clearly I haven't leveled much here lately because I didn't have any characters that have this rep. Smaller delves will keep me entertained. I don't think I'm going to do any ults for a while. I think I'm going to level my main and just stick with that and kind of get myself sorted and set up in the expansion before I think about any ults. Hoping Mega Delves are tuned a little better to support bringing the homies along. Yeah, I'm not super jazzed about them. We'll see. Later, me problem. Level too fast, leaving several zones to go. This one didn't for me. I'm gonna get the lumber. Can't just walk away from it. So we're halfway through neutral. Not even. Lots of quests though. This is gonna be really annoying to do without maps. I think this is an issue of waiting until pre-patch. I think if I had done this after like decor early access, but before pre-patch, this would have been easier to do because my map would be working. If I want to find trouble at the Underlight Mines to the southwest, so they're the southwest of Tranquillian. To find Tranquillian again, I may need to just waypoint myself back there. Yeah, I could look up a map on Wowhead, but I won't have a way to pin where I am on that map easily. I think it's going to be kind of mucky. Surprised there's lumber in this zone, right? Yeah, I could get a general old map, but I won't see where I am. I'm going to have to infer based on, like, play GeoGuessr every time. This is going to be a little icky sticky. Oh, hang on. I found a quest. Let's do this. It's okay. We can work around it. Triangulate based on the time of day, position of the sun. Old school. Watching the turkey run makes me giggle. Grab a physical map. Look at the zone in that way. What if we put the map on the ground and then we step on top of it to go into the map like Joey in London? You made me lose it. I just hit that thing for 20 million damage? That doesn't seem right. Isn't this post-stat squish? I guess you're doing like legacy damage. I don't normally play with floating damage numbers. They must have turned on at some point. Crits are large. Raider short sword. Any good low-level Mog or anything? I gotta get Can I Mog it turned on again. I can't live like this. I got you online. You're never online when I am. Hi, Nurse Mac. Yeah, I have... My schedule doesn't vary much. It's always the same hours, so if the hours don't work for someone, it's hard to catch me. 9 to noon Pacific, Wednesday through Sunday. Hope they add a new flying carpet midnight since it's a magical expansion. I get the mana essences. The frequency into which I log into an elf character and then can't figure out what faction they are. My Blood Elf and my Void Elf characters look pretty similar to each other. My Void Elf is a little bit more vampiric but he doesn't really look like a void elf. I made him blonde. Okay. So let's turn these in for now, and then we'll try and find the Underlight Mine. Mostly because my kiddo's all-encompassing. Oh wow, we jumped up a lot. We were halfway neutral, now it looks like we're halfway friendly? Or maybe the bar just changed in color. I feel like it's the exact same number as it was. Oh, I am halfway friendly. Okay. Let's see. This rep buff may actually come in really clutch. It may make up for the lack of a map. The biggest thing that I get into trouble with for related to being the wrong faction is I am forever getting myself kicked out of the faction in areas in Legion Dalaran. I am always trying to take the portal for the wrong faction, and I get booted out continually. Okay, so just about into Honored.
Choose wisely. What do you seek?
And it's a cooking quest. I don't know if that one's gonna count. South road out of town, follow the fork to the right, past the ziggurat on the right. I love that they give these directions like they're trying to tell you to go to Arby's. South road, fork to the right, hang a right after the ziggurat. There will be a short dirt path to the west. Okay, so this is the south road. This is actually exactly what I need right now. I'm walking into trees over here. It happens to be the new Silver Moon. The faction areas have no marking. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to get in trouble with that too. I'm going to be mainly Alliance. Follow the fork to the right. Okay. And then we're going to pass a ziggurat on our right. So there's the ziggurat, although it is kind of on my left, which is concerning. Short dirt path, maybe. Also, I know I have some stuff in the Dead Scar, so we'll do this for now. What if it turns out I get lost because somebody mixed up their left and right when writing this quest like 18 years ago? Unique two-handed sword you get from the final story quest, but there's a TPC model. They do give you a warning if you enter the non-neutral zone on the wrong faction. And it's only really a problem for Alliance. But I'm gonna be on Alliance for the whole expansion, so I bet you I'm gonna end up pranking myself with that. I'll get used to it. Oh, you know what I could do if I'm like really... Oh, no, I can't actually. It won't help me that much. I was going to say, if I'm really stuck, I could look up the location of like the quest mobs on Wowhead to get a pin on the map of where they are. I guess it would be better than nothing. It's still not going to tell me where I am. I'm going to have to infer that. This is altogether too much thinking for WoW questing. Playing my Horde and Alliance main so I can just tell I'll make a mistake at one point. The whole you know this because you're psychic style of quest writing. You know someone has messed up and it got by QA it somehow. A lot of typos in quest writing stick in the game forever. Even if they get reported, I feel like there's just limited amounts of resources put into like proofreading. I don't even report typos anymore because not once has me reporting a typo ever gotten it fixed before the game launched. I don't even bother. I used to spend a half of beta just like reporting copy editing errors. Then I realized I'm not getting paid for this. What do you mean? Alright, I'm going to get a Wowhead map location. Okay, so I'm at the Scar. I gotta find the road again. We're gonna be heading west. And it'll be kind of in the middle of the zone. So if there's a river... I think I'm heading there. I lost the road, though. Yeah, we found it. Okay, perfect. Here's the mines. More of a quarry, but I'll allow it. Oh no, there is a mine. There it is. But trying to reload every time I do a quest to show the rewards on the map. Trying to get resources in Legion. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I started using an add-on. I turned World Quest list back on to help me find world quests that were going to give resources, because I was short of them as well when it came to the research. I wonder if they're going to want me to go in the mine. It's possible. I don't know what my paladin does, but it's all very flashy. It's all very shiny. Mine's just there for scenery. I need another scavenger. There is one inside. Grab them. Perfect. Okay. Oh. I'm getting some gray and white quality transmogs. I'm looking at the Sentinel spy location. North. Due north of here. There's a quest, but it's not Tranquillian. I have single button assist. I haven't been using it for this, but I'm killing mobs that are well below my level. I've been using it on alts when doing endgame content if I'm not in a big hurry to learn how to play them. I don't use it on my main. But if I'm running an alt and I'm just collecting something in like a delve or whatever, it works out good for me. So north of the river. This is the river. And I'm going to head west of the road. Right up to the border with Eversong Woods. More or less. Should be almost there. Not across this river. More up this way, I think. Up this hill. Use it. It's been a godsend. I have severe arthritis. Very helpful for my fingers. I feel like it does wonders for me in taking the pressure off of just setting up bars on alts. Like if I want to play an alt for a minute and I want to go do a thing, and it's usually collecting based, and I'm looking at my spellbook being like, I don't know what any of this does. And I don't really want to like try and drag all these buttons to my bar and figure out where they should go. It's super nice to be able to just stick the one button on my bar and just use that for the time being, because quite often, especially after a patch, like I don't want to deal with bars. I don't know what's going on them. And that's not what I logged on the character to do, so it's nice having a workaround. Okay, that's looking good. Let me see. Rathus Tomb Raiders supplies. Rathus Tumor supplies. Okay, so this is going to be about due south of me. Pressed enough buttons on my warrior. It's part of a 3-button rotation now. 1 button, charge, execute. Just lazily roll my fingers. This class is a paladin. I am currently spec'd Ret. This is Retribution Paladin. I'm just on it because it happens to be my only... just south of the road. It happens to be my only... Blood Elf. Okay, so here's the supplies. And we want Caldori, Ghosts, and Golden Mist Village. I think that's going to be just due south. Oh, no, it's not. It's northwest of here. I'm glad I checked. It's up here. I'm excited to turn all these quests in. I think they're going to be good. I think it's going to be a nice checker up with this buff. After these items, my last thing is going to be... My last thing aside from community coupons is going to be that doubloon thing for island expeditions. Once I've got that done, then I'm just grinding coupons to get the rest of the Endeavor decor, and then I'll be caught up, I'm pretty sure. I guess less PvP decor. I think I would rather farm Alonira than do PvP decor, though. I think Alonira wins that one. This is Tranquillian Rep Farm. It seems like it benefits from the Winds of Fortune, which is nice. So I might get it done even a little bit faster. Although, the map is broken. The map is completely busted because of midnight. And the fact that this zone is getting redone in midnight. You can access the old zone and you can quest here, but it will not pull up the map. Assign abilities yourself as a single button. I mean, if they give you too much freedom there and they don't penalize it enough with cooldown reduction, then at that point you're just allowing people to program and automate their class. If you can do it as efficiently as just playing the class normally, that would be a problem. Not the map. Should I do Ranger Valana? I guess I'll work on her after we turn in these ones. Straight 50% buff for all reps has been great for random stuff like this, or Fisher Friends and Legion. Yeah. Alright, so we're starting this batch of turn-ins at 5,600 of 6k friendly. We need to get all the way to Exalted.
State your business. Glory to the Sindori. Remember the sun.
I'm getting some transmog. We're on her now. Yeah, a lot of these are giving me 1,500 rep per. Big chunks to duplicate. Glorious view of a turkey vet. Isn't it amazing? I love this mount. I wish I got more opportunity to ride it.
Yes. Valadash Malanore.
Okay. So now we are up to 7k through Honored. Let's head out to Ranger Valana. What are your rules for which mount you use? It's the Marie Kondo philosophy. It must spark joy. I used to go through and I would pick out like a ground and a flying mount for every character, and I would have it kind of suit their Mog and their class and race and all that. I have substituted that for the Marie Kondo principle. Turkey butt sparks joy. I am trying to get Exalted for housing items. It's some of the last ones that I don't have yet. How do you continuously play this game without losing interest in it? There's lots of different things that you can do. And I think that's part of what I do, is I don't do just one thing. I think if I was just a key player and all I did was Mythic Plus, I would have quit years ago. I dip kind of medium level into a lot of different areas of the game, and that lets me kind of ping pong around whenever I start to get bored. Yeah, having it be my job also helps. You know, some people would have lost interest in what they do for a living if they weren't paid for it. It's true. There we go. Troll ears, you betcha. Lazy setup from open world solo. Nice. Archaeology decor. You might already have it. They're tied to achievements. Kings Under the Mountain, and then Kings Under the Mountain and Secrets of Skeetus are the two achievements. Shift M. Nope, that's not working either. It's also showing me the Outland map. Map is just capital B busted. I can't walk past lumber. There's also always something new. I'm not like a classic player, so I'm always playing retail, and there's always something around the corner that is of greater or lesser interest to me. Like, Koresh didn't really do it for me. Undermine was amazing. I spent a ton of time on Undermine. I was really excited to get my chat lists done, get my part-timer title. Delve solo bosses have been really fun for me. I need to look up where these things are. Sebsora Troll. Ear. Drops from Shadowpine Ripper. Located far northwest. Okay. Yeah, I did a lot of Undermine. I did not so much a Koresh. The Delve bosses were really fun. Actually, Triple Threat is, Triple Threat was from Tanking Keys. That's right. Yeah, decor and housing has been really, really good for me. I've been enjoying it a lot. Never gonna have golden WoW ever again thanks to housing. So, far side of the lake? Yeah, here we go. Having to beat Kaveza hard mode. I'm sad I didn't do Zekvir hard mode. I feel exactly the same way. I didn't do Zekvir because I was too busy for delves. I wasn't that into delves in the first season of The War Within. I had too much other stuff going on, so I kind of wrote them off. But I wish I had done Zekvir. I think it would have been fun. I felt satisfied to do hard mode, Underpin and Kaveza, both on a priest, a Shadow Priest. So it kind of irks me a tiny bit that I'm not 3 for 3 because I never tried. What's called? I don't know. I've never seen it. These guys are not dropping their ears. They could. There they go. Speaking of semi-obscure mounts, recently got back onto the Wandering Ancient. Fun having a giant tree in Stormwind walking around in an RP realm. That was always a fun one whenever the anniversary mount-off thing would pull up the Wandering Ancient, because it has a really high collection rate. Lots of people have it. And you would just get like a whole forest of people standing in front of the NPC. Offer good recommendation for housing add-on. Yes. Homebound. If you were... I'm cooking up a video about this exact topic, but if you were to get one housing add-on and nothing else, I would do Homebound. It will show you all of the available decor. It's broken down into categories. It gives you kind of a progress bar. It'll show you when something is complete. It lets you preview what they look like. And you can right-click to get a WoW head link with more info. Great way to browse, find out what sort of things you might like. You can right-click on NPCs to get waypoints to show them where they are. I have tested a handful of WoW housing add-ons, and Homebound is by far my favorite one for the collecting aspect specifically. I've heard of the account played thing. I haven't done it yet. I'll probably do it for a video. A few people have been asking. I was asking you guys earlier what your average account played time, and we had a couple people at 2 years, 3 years, 4 years played time. I don't think I'm going to be that high, but I'll find out eventually. Does anyone have a name of it so I can Google it later? I don't want to know. Valid. Absolutely valid. It's called Account Played. Gotcha. Account Played. Thank you. Good, good, good. Yeah, Vamoos's Endeavors is nice for endeavors, but I feel like unless you are super giga into them, it's kind of extraneous. It's not... It makes things a little easier to navigate, but it's also... A lot of it is just kind of vanity info. I didn't find endeavors that hard to do with the default UI. I think it's worth it if somebody is like really into them, but if somebody just wanted to kind of... It might be too much for someone who's just doing it casually. I don't want to know that information. There's 2 archaeology achievements related to decor. Secrets of Skeetus and Kings Under the Mountain. You may or may not already have them. I had to finish the Dwarven one. Alright, let me find out where Deathholm acolytes are. Account Played is, I think, an add-on, probably on Curseforge, if I had to guess. Oh, okay, so this quest is far across the zone. Let me see if anything is anywhere closer. Because that's on the far southeast side. Phantasmal Seekers are kind of along the way, a little bit north of that. What about the Night Elf plans? Yeah, okay. So we're heading to the west coast. We'll start in the north and work our way down. I'm busy with Tranquillia and Rep right now. Maybe somebody in chat's around. Trying to get cloth gloves. Oh, I said Skedis. Am I wrong? I don't know. We have any Arakoa linguistic experts in chat. Is it Sketus or Sketus? Well beyond 3 years. Camp plates at 10k hours. Yeah, I don't know what mine is going to be. I'm guessing more than 1 year, but less than 3. In native Arakoa, it's craw. Touche. So we're heading far to the coast, and then when we get there, there's gonna be a little island a little bit more this way, because this is Eversong. 36 days in this account, that's as old as Mop. Why are we looking at a map of Outlands while we're in Ghostlands? It's because Blizzard's bullying me. The Ghostlands, the old Ghostlands map is no longer available in pre-patch because these zones are getting revamped for midnight, which makes it really annoying to do these quests. I'm having to detective together where I'm going. Yeah. It's something. It's going okay. I have a Wowhead tab in my third monitor over here, so I'm just pulling up like the names of quest mobs and stuff, so I can kind of get a vibe for where they are in the zone, and then I'm trying to figure out where I am in the zone by landmarks. Yeah, it's fun. It actually is a little bit fun. It kind of reminds me of playing Classic. So this is Golden Mist. We're heading to, I think, this island over here. This is where the Night Elf plans are going to be. I think the archaeology decor was patched in with the rest of it in original early access. I think it's been there since the first batch of decor. I was about to ask the same thing. For a moment I did think you were playing TBC. Yeah, the turkey is the main clue. I don't think that TBC Classic gets to enjoy the stunning feathers of the prize turkey mount. Southern Iraq dialect. I speak Northern myself. So they're selling chicken nuggets at Taco Bell? The audacity. Okay, so we need to loot plans, I'm pretty sure. I don't need the lumber, I just can't walk by it, it's a sickness. Sorry, elves. Here's some. Oh, hey, Briarthorn. May actually take a little bit of doing to figure out where the rest of the plans are. One of them might be on the boat. Looks likely. Hi, Haley. The Shift M minimap also pulls up Outlands. Somebody asked about that a few minutes ago. It's a good idea. We're done with archaeology. I got giga lucky. I got it after like 2 or 3 more solves. Yeah, here's one. So now I'm doing Tranquillian questing, and we found out that because of midnight and because this is pre-patch, the map doesn't work. You can't access it. Even if you try to click into it, we go click back, and nope. Nothing. So we're detectiving our way through all this questing. Luckily, though, we do have a 50% rep bonus from Winds of Fortune, and we just got to get to Exalted. Just need the Arakoa one. Nice. I bet you that one, I don't have any data to support this, but I bet you that one's a little easier. I can't get into this tree, can I? Knock, knock? Knock, knock? No? Okay. It looks like it's on the southeastern tip over here-ish, the Androth plans. I looked at that already. Oh, plans have random locations. Okay. I'll just keep looking. Seen it multiple times, you just keep walking past it. Happens. Side effect of streaming, I suppose. There it is. I swear I got one from inside this tent. Anyway, that's done. So we're heading south down the coast. We're looking for the phantasmal substance dropping mobs and then the Deathholm acolytes. Just done this removal. I think it was when pre-patch proper launched. They might give you regular maps if you actually start leveling a Belf. It might just be because I'm level 80 coming back to this. But I figured I'd rather just tough it out like this than try and start a new character that I don't want. How long have you played WoW for? I started in 2009. Kind of late Wrath of the Lich King. Steph the Bee, thank you for the 70-month resub. Appreciate it. Also, never apologize for being new here. You are welcome. You are valued. I'd go as far as to say you're treasured. This ground mount is I mean, the turkey is a choice, but you are not able to fly in this version of the Ghostland, so I have to be on a ground mount. But I'm the one to pick the turkey. Favorite expansion might have been BFA. We were talking about this yesterday. I have a lot that I like quite well. I have a hard time ranking stuff. I don't have enough object permanence to rank stuff. As soon as something's gone, I forgot about it. They were all fun. I played them all and they were all fun. I liked Shadowlands. I liked BFA. I liked Dragonflight. I liked this one. I liked Cataclysm. I liked Mop, you know. Alright. Gargoyle Fragments. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, no, I did not play much Horde in BFA because their city was horrific. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous city. It drives me eternally nuts that all of the things that you want to access on the pyramid are on the other side of it relative to the harbor. It was bad enough that they split everything into basically 2 hubs. Having it face the wrong way was just like a little extra salt in the wound, especially when the Alliance has such a cute, tight little, like the Tradewinds market area. Okay, so we're nearly done Gargoyle Fragments. I have not found this phantasmal substance. I had waypoints for it, though. I think it's not far from here. Oh. I keep checking my map, assuming it's going to show me anything useful. It's not. Oh, yeah, it's these guys. Gotcha. Little ghosties. Or else is great unless you need the pet battle person. Yeah. Or the barbershop. It's not even that the barbershop is far, it's just that I chronically get lost when I'm trying to find it. These are old quests. I just didn't have Tranquillian exalted on any characters, and I want it for the decor. So I'm redoing the quest to get the reputation. I must have done this at some point in my life, but probably on a character that's long gone. Account played as it can only track alts you log into, previous mains. Before my mini purges don't count. Yeah, I think that I'm going to have that issue as well. I don't think my count's going to be entirely accurate. Can tell myself I don't have a problem. Keep the 484 day alive. Listen, it's leisure time that I think is pretty non-destructive, you know? You could have spent that time doing any number of dangerous or self-destructive activities, and instead you had a nice time, you know? Maybe you made a friend or 2. Worked on some goals. It's nice. Could be worse. Tell that to my undergraduate GPU. Yeah. Okay, the Deathholm acolytes I think are even farther south down the coast. You're near the Windrunner Spire. Gotcha. What you doing in these zones? Decor. I'm requesting through Tranquillian for reputation for decor. Ouroboros that got me the most turned around. It's a tube. How the heck do you get lost in a tube? Nah, it's a problem that I've had before when I've like been on certain campuses where it's super symmetrical, as if like the different wings are cloned but just flipped. I get really lost. I need landmarks. I also kind of wish you could mount in all of Ouroboros. It felt kind of weird that you couldn't. The distinction between indoor and outdoor areas was a little bit goofy. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Stone Victor. How you doing today? Happy Sunday. I'm looking forward to Silvermoon. I think it's going to be nice to have a city that's kind of like lush and comfy and layered and detailed, you know, like lots of visual interest, lots of stuff. Oribos is very cold. A lot of bare stone, super high walls without like a lot going on. I think that Silvermoon is going to feel very plush. Dornegal was fine. Dornegal was inoffensive. So excited for Silvermoon to be updated. Yeah, Oribos. Oribos was an airport. Oribos was absolutely an airport. Actually, I might like airports a little bit more. Like Veldraken, but you only hung around the main square. I got very lost trying to find things in Veldraken that were not in the main square. Like, I knew my profession spot, and I knew, you know, the main inn, but whenever you wanted me to go into, like, the Ruby Quarter or something, super lost. They even called you Mall Walker. Playing around with housing, I made a spiral out of L-shaped rooms. The door was in the center. I kept getting turned around in my own house from lack of landmarks. Sometimes when I wander through other people's houses, I find myself feeling really lost. I'll forget which turns I've taken and I won't know how to get back to the door. It's a good job that you can just teleport out from anywhere. Made a troll exterior? Nice. I wonder if we have a channel in our Discord yet that for housing creations. I feel like we must have. Let me look at it. Curb Appeal. Yeah, there's a channel in my Discord if you've got screenshots. I'm gonna keep working on this for the time being, though. That's the wrong command. Discord. There we go. Overlay the Silvermoon maps, and they don't align at all. Tazvesh was supposed to be the Shadowlands hub, and Oribos was supposed to be Korthia. But Tazvesh wasn't ready in time. Maybe. I feel like Tazvesh was kind of wasted as a patch hub. It was a cool area, but like, how much time did we realistically spend there? Most of it was just wandering around looking for those phase orbs for weapons.
The dark times will pass. Salama Ashalanore.
How's our rep doing? Most of the quests weren't even in Tazvesh, right? I don't want to go to Undercity. I am almost through Honored. I used the Orgrimmar Auctionist for most of Season 1 because I never bothered to explore Veldraken and felt really dumb when I finally found it. Oh man. I still don't know where it is, but that's because I had a Brutosaur the whole time, so I never needed to use the Veldraken Auction House. I think I looked for it once to get like some footage of it.
Victory lies ahead.
Okay, got a couple of things going on here. So this is the last rep bar I have to fill. We're 4K into Revered. Uh-oh, I just got hungry. Oh no. Rumors of there being an auction house in Dorne as well. No clue where.
Valadash Malanore.
Is there an auction house in Dornegal? I actually have zero idea. I know there's a bank. I've been to the bank. There is. That's funny. You could have told me there wasn't and I would have fully believed you. It's near the bank. Yeah, this is what Brutosaurs do to us. Okay, where do I want to go? We want to turn in this one. Oh, it turns in way over there. I didn't actually turn it in. Don't know why anyone would use it since there's 200 Brutos around. Same row as the bank. Gotcha. barbershop. Can never find it. I feel like it's really close to the transmogrifier, which I only know because I go find them whenever a Trial of Style is up. But then, I don't know, I looked for it recently and I got lost and gave up. My patience for that kind of thing is pretty short. Four auction houses in Orgrimmar. Valley of Honor, Valley of Spirits, Valley of... Yeah, because there's one in, I think there's, yeah, at least 4. Goblin area, Torn area, main area, and then the top right one where Volpera start. Yeah. I don't know why they have so many. Actually, there's one in the Troll and the Goblin area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 at least. Because there's one like upstairs, I'm pretty sure. I think there's a Troll auctioneer. Southern shore of Lake Elredar. As long as it's an individual mob, I have a waypoint. Side alley to the portal in the spider zone, yeah. Must have been close. Hi, Dick Wack, how you doing? Happy Sunday. I wasn't sure if we were going to have anybody stopping by stream today just because of all of the various athletics and events going on today. I guess I don't know how much overlap there is in those audiences. Good. Refuse to learn where anything is in New Org as well. Yeah. I haven't spent a lot of time there. I'm really bad at the Orgrimmar portal room, especially because we've recently kind of reshuffled them. The Alliance portal room I'm half decent at. I don't think these are the right quests. I think I've gotten kind of off track here. These are just First Riders. Have both you and the Olympics set. What's going on in sports? The Winter Olympics is currently going on in Italy, and today is also the Super Bowl for Americans. Did step away for figure skating. I was so surprised. I wonder if he's just saving for his own event later. Ilya Malanin's skate in the team event was not what I've come to expect from him. Kageyama ate him up. Tried to care less about the Super Bowl, but I just can't. Get rep from the end of the First Rider chains? Okay. Yeah, well, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? I'd love to find Knuckle Rot and Luzran. They pat, though. Get a little wow hit indicator here. So they spend a bunch of time in the Scar. So if we get back to the Dread Scar and we go up it, then we might find them. I don't need the lumber. Walk past the lumber. I don't need it. I watched a bit of, I watched some of women's hockey yesterday too. I watched the highlights of the Canada versus Switzerland game. Yeah, they're often found where the road crosses, where the western road crosses the Dread Scar. So pretty much here, I'm guessing, yeah. Oh yeah, here they are. They're dead. Give in to temptation. You want the lumber. Yeah, I'll run up to the North Road and then back. So I don't think I can finish this today. But I do think we've made some really good progress. I'm probably not far from it. I think I probably did okay to wait this long as well. I think there would have been more competition for this kind of thing right when decor first dropped. Found it. I don't have to level out the professions all the way. Oh, you farmed the mats to level them all the way. I mean, that's extra gold. You can sell all of that. It'll sell. Oh, yeah, I hope they sell quick. Haven't heard when Canada will replay Finland yet. Yeah, I'm not sure. Last boss of the questline gave 8k rep, and you won't even need that with the rep bonus. Yeah. So I'm probably not going to worry about going to Undercity. This one we can do. I'd love to get Knuckle Rod done, though. Got about 10-ish. A little over 10 minutes left. Oh, oh, they're up. This one's up anyway. Where's your friend? Where's your friend? Oh, there he is. Run! Okay, good. We tagged. Everybody tagged. Happy ending. Turkey is from the trading post. I think this was the fill the bar reward. It may be on the bonus vendor if you didn't get it last time. There was a recolor, but I think this was the free one. And if you didn't play that month, I think you can buy it for tender right now. Easy. Yeah, let's turn in this. Excited for prop hunt. It was the thing that hyped me up the most. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be about the same amount of fun as Trial of Style, where it'll be kind of a cute diversion for a couple of days when it comes up, and then I think I'll probably move on. Turkey noises keep throwing me off. How much rep? Ooh, 4,500. Nice big chunk of rep for those two. What about turn in? Let's deliver the plans. Hope people can't cheese with add-ons. Oh, and prop hunt? Yeah. We'll have to see. I don't know if it's a mode that I'm going to be any good at. I guess we'll find out. I wonder when they're going to bring Plunderstorm back. I could go for another round of that at some point, but not right now. We're busy. We're about to do midnight. That'll keep us busy for a while. Am I supposed to go in here? Looks like it's this way. I don't think this is it. I think that's something different. I don't think I was supposed to come around here. Smart Money says week 1 is cheesable with the interact button. That may turn into the strat. And Halas. Looks like I could run to the lake and run around the south side of this. I don't need the herbs either. I'm not here to sell Earthroot. I'm not here to sell Earthroot. It's gonna be funny if I run a whole lap around this whole mountain and figure out that I did in fact need to go into the catacombs. I don't think that's what's going on though. Getting closer. I wonder, I haven't been able to get my waypoint UI add-on working. I have it, it's updated and it's enabled, but it hasn't been reskinning my waypoint recently. I hope it comes back. Or I figure out whatever's broken. I'm gonna look this up. Deliver the plans. Should be a path to the right of the Sanctum of the Sun. Follow it up and should lead to the guy. Okay. Here we go. Maybe it's the bugged map affecting it? Maybe, but I was having this issue on my priest as well. I was flying all over the Eastern Kingdoms doing archaeology, and I was not having my waypoint skinned. Mine was working. I used it a ton yesterday. Okay. I might have something weird interfering with my add-ons then. I was having some issues with a different one yesterday. Oh, that was just a little bit of reputation. Moon crystal deactivated. Retrieve the crystal controlling orb and then use it to deactivate it. Oh, I'm gonna get a nice little transmog. Go to Anowin, retrieve the controlling orb from a night elf. Okay. Where is Anowin? Is it this way? Deactivated. Oh, it's south of here. Okay, it's like due south of here. Gotcha. I wonder if they were going to give me a reputation for the crunchy spider leg. Doubt it. If we run into the spiders, maybe we'll pick up a few. I bet you if they were big enough, crunchy spider legs would taste pretty good. If we extrapolate the fact that crab is delicious. What are crabs if not armored underwater spiders? I mean, lots of things. They have more legs for a start, but let's not worry about that. Here we go. I would try it. I've heard scorpions can be tasty. And unfollow. Goodbye. We had a good run. Oh, I got my orb. We're good. Oh, I need to do this one. Oh, I thought they wanted me to take it back and do the other one. Okay. Shrimps, bugs of the sea. Shrimp are cute. I used to have cherry shrimp, which are like aquatic, freshwater, decorative shrimp, pet shrimp. I would do it again, but I wouldn't keep them in a tank with fish. They went mysteriously missing. I'm sure you could do them with like a microfish, like a, what do you call it? A little ember tetras or cherry resboras or something. There's like a really tiny kind of resbora. But you could also just do an invert tank. I remember the pet shrimps. Yeah, they were cute. They were cute. I always talked about doing like a small tank that was just shrimp and snails. Oh, Nordrasil! 50 gift subs on your birthday! Holy moly! All kinds of people picking up a gift sub today. Thank you so much! Happy birthday again! Wow. I did not see aquarium decor coming with Lunar New Year. It does sound right up my alley. Only name get too, right? The big tree themselves. Love how you compared me to the old opera house patrons. Kills me. True though. And it's great too, because having higher numbers of Twitch subs, which you kind of help me float, helps me get a better revenue split. If I can work hard this year and get up a little higher, it's gonna help me earn more money from the subs that I have. Oh, it's a big fish in a tiny tank. Oh. Well, that sucks. I dislike it when media does that. I cringe a little bit every time I see a TV show that has a goldfish in a bowl. Yeah, yield partner plus points. Gotta put in some work this year and see if we can rank up a little bit in partner plus. The year is young. There's time. There we go. Yeah, nice chunk of rep with Tranquillian. I got my shirt. Let's see. Rotting Hearts. Hunt down the zombies that roam the Dead Scar. Okay. I can do that. Other lunar items are nice, though. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to look. We have Love is in the Air starts tomorrow. I won't be here. I'm on vacation. Not vacation. Weekend. What do you call that? Mini vacation at the end of your week? Weekend. I take Monday, Tuesdays off. So you guys won't see me for Love is in the Air until Wednesday. But there's apparently a new mount. Let me see. What's the new mount? I don't see anything in my mount journal. A butterfly. Working a little coordination. You guys are already doing the most. I have Heartbreaker. Is there a new mount? I heard there's a new one. Maybe I don't see it in my mount journal yet. Trading Post Butterfly recolor. I mean, I love the Trading Post Butterfly. I got the pearlescent color. I use it all the time. Is it pink? Is it pink? Nadia and I have the same question. It has to be, right? It's for Love is in the Air. How can it not be pink? The broom and the butterfly. I mean, the broom we had last time, though. The broom is not new. I have a Love Witch's Sweeper. That was from last year, I think. Yes! Make it pink. I do have Mount Journal Enhanced on. I have Mount Journal Enhanced, but it's not enabled, so it must be hidden by the game. We'll see it next week, I guess. Thanks, Bliss. Please make everything pink. I would like everything in a nice pink option. I have to look if I have any of these mounts. New mount last year never dropped. If you use the broomstick, do you turn into a witch? Turn into one? What if I've been a witch the whole time? Deeper pink than the one from the trading post. Yeah. Here, let's enable Mount Journal Enhanced. I have this technology. We're almost at the end of the stream anyway. We may as well have a look. Hidden. Hidden by the game. Whoa, that's a Midnight Mount. That's not it. Hang on. There's Midnight Mounts. I haven't looked at these. Ugh. They're cute. Oh, hey, somebody wanted a flying quilt. Or carpet. Oh my god, it has pillows. Okay. What's it called? Here, let's search for love. Spring butterfly, maybe. Love is in the air. Here it is. I love that it still has the spear. I'm like middling on the color combos. It is nice. I think I prefer the pearlescent butterfly. I think the colors look nicer. A little bit of a nicer blend, a little less saturated, but it is still pretty. And it won't take your trader's tender. What a new carpet for my mage. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be an Apothecary Hummel drop. Like the new colors a lot matches the butterfly sets. They haven't released it. I need it. Mount reviews for Shadowlands. Yeah, maybe we'll look into that if we have time. It looks like there's some really nice new mounts. Alright, I gotta go. Thank you very much for being here. I had a great week streaming with you guys. I'll be back Wednesday, February the whatever Wednesday is. Good luck, football players. I'm sure they're all watching this right now. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!